Howdy.
Hello.
Welcome to Tempting. I'm sorry. Wild Fate. What won the poll?
What was the poll?
It was on the
poll
poll on Twitter. Did we ever
Tempting cards or
Wempting Kate.
Carding,
Come on, Wempting Kate. Come on.
Was Filed Wards one of them?
Yeah.
Tiled fards.
Tiled fards. Tiled fards is great.
That was my favorite by far.
But it was falling behind last time.
Okay, the winner
Really?
is
What is the winner?
Wild Fate.
Wild Fate.
There it is.
But Wimpton Kate was very close.
Wempton Kate was very close. So welcome to Wild Fate, otherwise known as Wempton Kate. And thank you, Percy Pope, for your donation. And thank you, Uriah Fenn, for your sub. Thank you to the cast of Wildcards for joining us, me here.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Thanks for being on a Monday night.
It was cool. I had gotten everybody individually except for Jordan, and then we started talking, and we came up with this thing, and we made it a tier in some game like 2 seasons ago, and you reached the tier as you always do, and here we are. So thank you, and thank you, and thank you, Shalathia, for the sub.
Thank you.
Shylithia.
Sorry,
You right, Finn?
I got
1 year.
I know that. So announcements real fast. Tempting Fate logo shirts available at TeePublic, as well as wildcard shirts and other saving throw apparel and stuff. We have opened up community captions on all of our old YouTube videos. If you want to help out people who need and like captions, we would love your participation. It is actually a big deal that helps out a lot of people. All the previous hacks we played on Tempting Fate you can find in our Discord. And as always, thank you to John Harper, the guy who designed Lasers and Feelings, the game that we play here. Follow him on Twitter at John_Harper, and check out Blades in the Dark is the game that we always plug. It's a fantastic game, and he's got a lot of the great stuff. Thank you to Dom and Saving Throw, and to Rick Bear.
just for Rick Bear.
Wow, that was bold.
You've been drinking too much.
Don't tell me when I've had this.
They had shots of triple sec
and
Malibu
rum.
coconut rum.
Mixed together.
So we're feeling all kinds of frisky.
That sounds so good, right?
Jordan, this is the level we are normally at starting Wildcards.
Welcome to it.
So as always, Saving Throw pretty much subsists on your donations. It is you that keep the lights on here and keep this platform open, and you have been incredibly generous with us on Tempting Fate and with Wildcards. We are super grateful. So for tonight, as always, we have Carrier Penguins. Check out tonight's official Carrier Penguin by our friend Meaning of Night. You can find it at Tempting Fate RPG. It's got a horse in it. It's adorable.
It's real cute.
Also, even though I know that we aren't technically playing penguins, because I knew it was Carrier Penguins, I wore my penguins.
Oh my God.
For this.
That's awesome.
So yes.
Look at that.
Wow.
And as I said beforehand, I was going to put my foot on the table.
Yeah, we will tweet out a photo of Jordan's sock.
Right.
So stay tuned.
Stay on the edge of your seats.
Yeah.
That'll be like the top tier unlock.
Yes.
Want to see the socks?
Dumb time. So as always, we have some tiers and some rewards. And the first one, which is already unlocked, is a shot at redemption, which is 3 rerolls for the table.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And 3 rerolls for me.
Yay!
That's less good for us.
Thank you, Percy Pope. If we get to $50 tonight, the next tier is the unicorn. Carl, the horse played by Dom tonight, will grow a horn in the center of his forehead, which he can use to gore people or whatever he would like.
Ooh.
Naturally.
Murder is the first thing.
Or befriend fair.
Right,
Yeah.
Like a
Unicorn horns can grant wishes as long as your wish is for something to be gored.
Yes, we can.
That'll be an unlockable ability later. Thank you,
BSB Care.
BSB Care.
We pronounced it Bezbacare like the first time I ever heard it,
Buzz-Bakar.
and it always sounded like a new Obamacare type thing.
Yeah.
Like sign up for
I
Bezbacare.
thought it
It's
sounded
the
like
Canadian version.
Yeah, now it
demon
does.
or something.
BSB Care.
Yeah.
$50 is the unicorn, and if we get to $75, it's the Pegasus. Doc Sprouts, the horse played by Jordan here, will grow wings and have the potential to fly.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Subject to a successful roll.
What kind of horse am I gonna be?
Herod.
Well, Now things get a little bit different. The next tier is if we get to $100 is called Ghost Rock.
Ooh.
Sir Cloppingworth, Garav's horse, will find a chunk of this magical rock from Wildcards.
Mine's way more dangerous than everybody else's.
What are you talking about? It's the super fuel of the future.
Yeah.
Why does everybody else get something cool and I get dynamite?
It's not dynamite.
You're harrowed.
It's
remember?
Ghost Rock.
They can't all be superpowers.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, perfect.
I mean,
Thank you.
Good customer.
fair.
You're the grandson of Canary the Mule. We just
Yeah.
didn't realize it.
I'm a donkey. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And if we get to $150 tonight, we have a wild card. Dolly, the horse played by Megan, will get the chance to win a magic spell in a hand of poker.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's super.
Way less exploders.
I mean,
you gotta
there are
cool.
backlashes to spells in Wildcards. Who knows?
It'll just make me a little crazy.
She might summon Bisbicare.
Good.
And if we get to $200, Reginald, the horse played by Jordan, gets a one-time ability to summon the spirit of chaos to do his bidding.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's way more evil.
Wait.
Yeah, that's worse
Yeah.
But forbidding, you guys. It's forbidding.
But are
Yeah.
you like? We don't know if your horse is going to be like cool with chaos.
My horse is super cool.
That didn't help.
My horse is really cool.
We'll see if his horse is really cool.
I'm worried about chaos.
And if we get to $250 tonight, if you are so generous, we have what I'm calling How Do the Horses Vote? And everybody is going to give their best nay.
Yes.
No, nay.
Right.
Nay.
Nay.
Don't do it
That's not
now.
my best nay.
Right, yeah, don't give it
That
away.
was a lackluster nay.
DJ Regular, thank you.
Oh yeah, DJ Regular, thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
And if we get past that, then we are into Dom time, which is really bear time tonight.
Ooh.
Bear time.
Bear time. Yeah.
Where we all turn into bears for the rest of the
Ha.
thing.
Ooh.
Messenger bears of sorts.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
Spoilers.
Endgame, Game of Thrones, and what happens at the end of tonight's episode.
So those are the tiers, and thank you everybody. Oh, and as always, subs get to give players rerolls. And okay, and we have something new tonight. So, we saving throw. We have got a little bit of a sponsor for this show, which Dom is going to tell you about real quick.
Yeah, thanks to our friends at Lunar Games. They have been sponsoring the last few shows and well, co-sponsoring honestly with you guys. And you see a little ad to over there to our left for Endless Realms: The Tome of Spirits, which is their new Kickstarter for their very first supplement for Endless Realms, the RPG. And we played that here on the channel, and you can go back to our YouTube and check it out. And it's awesome. The Tome of Spirits introduces the world of spirits to your Endless Realms game, so you get their behaviors and weaknesses and attributes and all that sort of stuff. So if you're keen on the spirit realm and want to add that to your Endless Realms adventure, check it out. If you just want to like play Endless Realms or whatever, there's also tiers for that in their Kickstarter. So it's really cool, and they've been awesome enough to help kind of give us a little boost for the last few shows. And this is the last one, so we're hoping to send it out with a bang. So go check out their Kickstarter. ! Kickstarter will give you the link to their stuff, and thank you for checking it out.
Thank you, Dom.
Yeah.
Yay.
And thank you, Crude Imposter Nightbright.
Woo!
And thank you, San Francisco 49er.
thank you.
San Francisco
Yeah!
Giants 49er.
Good morning. Guten Morgen. SF Giants
Morgen?
49.
Morgen.
Thank you, everybody. And that actually opens up the unicorn. So
Yay!
you will just start with your horn.
Well, of course.
Yeah, you are just a
Wait,
unicorn.
to tape something to his head that's horn-like.
Unicorn.
We've got to have a horn in here somewhere.
Do we have
Yeah,
a
I feel like, how do we not? At that
Oh,
point,
we do. Here it is.
yeah. Yes, tape this to his head.
Tape it to his hat. I'll get the tape.
tape it to his head?
We're working on it, folks. We're working on it.
Don't worry.
Okay, we'll get this. We'll
This
get
is going to be
going.
worth waiting
In the
for,
meantime.
yeah. In the meantime, let me introduce you to Pony Express.
Where's
and whiz
Gina
through
when
the
you
rules.
need her to craft something?
Yeah, oh
really
my
fast?
god, this is a Gina DeVivo project.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It would probably wouldn't stick.
So the game we are playing tonight is Pony Express, which is a hack of Lasers and Feelings by John Harper. And the way that this works is everybody's got a character, and that character has a number. And tonight, if you have a high number, you are good at what we are calling Nazer's task. Get it? Nazers.
Nay.
Come along with us
okay,
on this.
You know what? When I read it, I read it as naysayers.
Ah.
I was like, I guess it's bad.
Horses do like to say no, I guess.
It's Nazers.
Nasers.
Yeah,
I get it
you
now.
can let us know what you think of the puns in the chat.
Yeah.
And if you have a low number, then you are better at what we're calling a foulings task. Get it, Nazers and foulings.
I get it.
Foulings, yeah, I guess.
Right.
I know how to read. So yeah, and
You had me so. I was like, oh my god, it's pronounced foul.
That's what I-
My
that's what I
whole
thought,
life,
too.
everyone's just been politely smiling and nodding at me.
I also thought that.
well, that too.
See, I just
I've been a fool the whole time.
You just have the gravitas to sell it, is what
No,
I'm saying.
me just no read good. So you are if you are Nazers, you are better at technology, science, cold rationality, like Mr. Spock kind of stuff. And if you are Follings, you are better at intuition and diplomacy and seduction and Captain Kirk kind of stuff. There you go.
That looks
There's
great.
a
Yes,
unicorn.
indeed.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mission accomplished.
Production value. See, that's what it's about.
This is what your dollars go towards. Lots of gaff tape.
But
And us just happening to have a Viking drinking horn
Yeah.
on hand.
But commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment. That's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
It's inspiring.
Right?
Whenever anything is in doubt, I will call for a roll. You roll 1d6 automatically. If it's a task you're prepared for, you roll 2. If it's something you're an expert at, you roll 3. If you are getting help, you roll 4. Basically, if none of your die succeed, then, it just blows up in your face. If 1 succeeds, it's success with consequence. Or if 2 succeed, you just accomplish what you set out to do. Good job. If 3 or 4 succeed, you get success with some kind of style and bonus effect or something like that.
And if we roll a 6 on any of the dice, we get to pick it up, roll it again, and add that to the total of all of it, right? Right?
We
It's a
will
system, right?
submit that to the rules committee. Basically, if you want to help somebody, just shout out in advance, I want to help whoever. And the rolling rules are the same. If you mess up, you don't hurt them at all. They just don't get help. And if you succeed, then they get an extra d6 to roll. And if you roll your number exactly, you can ask the high horse. The high horse is an old, storied member of the Pony Express who is very wise and old and knows things. Yeah.
Kind of like the high Aldwin, but different. It's more the high horse. You can tell them to get off.
There's some similarities.
Tell me nothing.
How many? Which finger? Which hoof? No,
Which
I-
hoof?
I screwed up.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So yeah, that is really it for the rules. Yeah, okay. I guess let's start out by meeting our characters. So I'm just gonna go in the order they're listed here, which was random. Megan is Dolly Friendly Face Maynard.
Yes, she is. Well, she's a hyperactive explorer, and she has a map, which is very important.
And a
So she knows where
backpack?
She's going.
And a monkey.
Oh my gosh.
She's back.
And her goal is to see everything there ever was to see and meet everyone there ever was to meet.
It seems reasonable. And
So reasonable.
Dolly is a 2, which makes her a Follings character. Jordan is Reginald Huffington III.
That's correct. Reginald Huffington III. I'm a scientist horse, and I also I carry with me a mobile science lab, which is not designed for horse use. My goal is to build a better horse, no matter what ethics might have to say about it.
Wow, it's like Dr. Frankenhorse or something. Okay.
No, I would never use dead body parts. That's ridiculous.
Oh, wow. Okay. Reginald Huffington III is a 5, which makes him a Nazers character. Dom is Carl.
Hi, I'm Carl.
Yeah, Carl. Carl is a 2, which makes him a Follings character. He is a goofy entrepreneur.
What?
And he's got a pair of binoculars, and his goal is to raise money to go looking for his sister Dot. What happened to Dot?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, perfect. Okay, and
That's why I gotta go look at it.
Yeah. I mean, she's not here, so we gotta find her.
Seems reasonable. Oh, by the way, $75. We have hit that tier.
Wow.
Yay!
Thanks
Doc,
so much, everybody.
you just start off as a Pegasus.
Hurrah!
All right, find the wings.
These old
Where are the
wings haven't
wings?
worked.
Oh, we have wings.
We've got to have something.
You got any wings?
Is this how it
You could
goes?
use
What if
these,
we just
uh,
plug a fan in and
just
blow it in your face the whole
Use
time?
these.
What?
Dice trays?
Just use your hands, I guess.
I can
We'll
use
make
my
believe.
Yeah,
It's
just
all
use your
right,
hands.
Jordan.
It's a
You're
theater
gonna
of
be
the
fine.
imagination.
Yeah.
We don't have the wings.
Why
it's
don't we have
okay.
any wings, Tom?
Yeah, those Victoria's Secret models get them. Why can't we?
Pigeon.
Wow.
We're
Wow.
about to
We're
introduce
as good as them.
Yeah. We'll subvert their expectation that we'll have a prop for both by not having it.
Right.
If you've seen Fantasia, the like really huge horse with the tiny little wings, that's kind of how I imagine mine looking.
That's awesome. And what we'll say is to fly, you roll a d6, and if you roll a 1 or a 2, hang on, let's write this down.
Okay.
If you roll a
Table on the
1
side.
or a 2, you fly the way you want to. If you roll a 3 or a 4, you crash and burn.
Like Icarus.
Yes, and if you roll a 5 or a 6,
Instant death.
you fly, but you're very unsteady.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Power here.
Okay, you wrote that down, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll trust you.
Yeah.
I'll just do it when I need to.
Yeah, no, it's important. As everybody knows, we are real sticklers for the rules
Yes.
here
Yeah.
on Tempting Fate. This show, above beyond anything else, is about obedience to the rules.
Honestly, it's going to be hard going from Savage Worlds to like such a rules-heavy system.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read up though, and I'm gonna narc each and every one of you. So.
That's all we could
Same
ever
as us.
expect.
Yeah. Thanks.
So yeah, that was Sir Clopping. Wait, what were we up to?
Yeah, we just got
okay.
to. Yeah,
we just got to.
finished
Okay.
Carl.
So Graf is Sir Cloppingworth the Third. We have another the Third tonight.
Hello.
Oh boy, you're
on.
committed to that voice now.
Nope.
We're gonna.
No, go for it.
Hello. I'm Sir Cloppingworth the Third.
The most pompous group of frontier horses I could have ever imagined.
I'm
They're
a
all the Third with.
Oh, yeah,
Diplomat.
that's what I said. So I was like, why is everyone the third?
There's only two of us, and we're very fond of each other.
And there were we had two generations of parents before this, so that's why.
That's how you become the third. Is that?
Quite.
Oh,
quite
I
so.
get it.
He's
now.
telling you.
They're saying-
Anyways, everybody shut up and listen.
Right.
I'm a diplomat. It says here cowardly, but I don't agree with that. When push comes to shove, I will tell someone to push back. Don't worry. I have a horse-sized monocle to make myself look fancy. I'm not going to put it out now because I don't need it. But it's much fancier than that one.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Then what?
And Sir Cloppingworth III. Oh, Lady Imago, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Thank you.
Sir Cloppingworth III is a 3, which makes him Follings-ish. And brings us to Jordan's horse, Dr. Alfalfa Doc Sprouts.
Yeah, well, how you do there? Most people I know, they just call me Doc, but I'll go for Alfalfa or Dr. Alfalfa Sprouts, whatever it is that you would like to call me. You know what they say, if you are going to eat the apple, it's better to eat the apple that's on the tree, for the worm ain't got it yet. But it takes a little more stretching.
Whose grandpa is this?
These
Every grandpa.
These old hoofs of mine don't work like they used to, but I still got a couple life savings left in me. Sure do.
That's good.
I'm
Let him have this.
No.
well, I'm a curious doctor. There's a lot to learn about the world. If you want to treat a horse, you've got to know the horse inside and out, even if it's a gift horse, if you know what I mean. And all I got on me is my little bag of horse medical supplies. And my goal is to show that these old hoofs can still save a life or two when the going gets tough. And I reckon that's all I have to say on the matter.
That is Doc Alfalfa. Dr. Alfalfa Doc
I like your
Sprouts.
story.
Going on
He's
forever.
just silent the whole
Oh,
time after
boy.
this.
Doc is a 4, which makes him Nazers-ish. Those are our 5 horses.
Doctor's got a cultivated
Bondo,
spine.
thank
You
you.
also need a little bit of heart.
Thanks, Bondo.
Thanks,
Bondo.
Bondo.
Thank you, Bondo.
Bondo.
Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Lady Mongo.
We are okay. I guess the next tier is Ghost Rock, which
Go get
we
your
must be
Ghost
getting close to.
Ghost Rock.
It's a bean
It
boozled.
could be a good thing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be a perfect. The Ghost Strike is a bean boozled.
Put that in a canary.
Because it could go
It could
off
go
and-
one way or the other. Yeah.
You'll like my party, I swear. Or else.
Okay.
Wow.
Anyway.
All right,
Yeah, it's like more
Cage.
desperate. Yeah. It's a-
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened to it.
Okay.
He's into a
What
goblin.
else would you expect?
Sir
from a
Clappingworth
Clappingworth?
has darkness.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
So, that does unlock Ghost Rock.
Hurrah!
Thought we were just talking about it.
Yeah. So, Sir Clappingworth, you're going to find a chunk of some rock. It could be anything. I don't know. Maybe it'll be harmless. And that brings us to our next tier will be Wildcard. Dolly gets the chance to win a magic spell in a hand of poker. What magic spell do you want to win?
Probably teleportation.
Teleportation. Okay, that's what it's going
Yeah,
to be.
Dolly would like that.
I was going to say,
Get her faster.
wait to answer until you're in the situation.
Oh no! She wants teleportation right now.
It's teleportation. It's written in stone now. Or, in pencil.
can buy stone.
Unerasable permanent
Yeah,
pencil.
And with
Don't
choosing
scratch
that
the table.
spell, our Pony Express job is unnecessary.
So yeah, the Pony Express. So if you watch Tempting Fate, we have had, I cannot believe, 3 Carrier Penguin episodes now. The Carrier
Wow.
Penguins are they are an intrepid delivery service that are not bound by time, space, or narrative continuity, and they bring messages into stories and into all sorts of places, and they have crazy adventures and sometimes really disturbing adventures.
Oh.
But mostly it's been really good. We had the League of Professional Somethings, which was sort of tangentially related to the Carrier Penguins universe, and now we're going to expand the Carrier Penguins universe again by taking you to the world of the Pony Express. The Pony Express. Sort of starts once upon a time in a very non-specific Old West setting. The Carrier Penguins organization, they do a lot, but they can't do it all. So every once in a while, they farm out some work. And sometimes when their work takes them to Western places and, things like that, they farm out to the Pony Express. And the Pony Express... The Pony Express was founded by H. Johnson Pony. He was an entrepreneurial horse like you, Carl.
Well, he's from the Pony family, which
Yes.
I mean, come on, they own like most of the East Coast.
Yeah, he's the black sheep of the Pony family.
Right.
He had vision. And he started this organization, got it up and running, but skills he did not really have. One day he just sort of vanished into the countryside on a mission that he was ill prepared for. You, his crew, who had been gathered over the years, just sort of coming and going. You all have your own lives, your own pursuits, but hey, this is the frontier. Everybody's got to wear a lot of hats to get by. You just sort of kept the business running, mostly on, business from your Carrier Penguins contract. You run messages into the countryside, occasionally into Western-themed stories and movies. You've been to some of the big ones. Otherwise, let's get a sense of what your lives are like. Let's start, Reginald. What do you think, Pony Express headquarters, where, let's say, you all kind of share like a big farm type homestead. What's your area
stay
like?
In the basement, though.
The basement? What?
Yes, I've somewhat sequestered myself in the basement to deal with my own studies and experimentations.
Carl?
Yeah, I kind of have a workshop shed where I make things that I think will help everyone else, and I can sell them for money and help the business succeed.
Sir Clappingworth, what do you think, you do, in your own time?
I've taken up the entire second floor and I use it for exclusive parties, but no one comes at the moment. They will, though, someday. Someday I'll be famous and they'll come to my parties.
Perhaps it's just that they're too exclusive.
I'm sorry? Who said, is that my neighbor? Is there a pipe in here that I can hear my neighbor speaking?
No.
Dolly.
Well, Dolly, she's up in the attic because she wants to be able to see just as much as she can from up there.
Okay.
You get the first floor by default.
And
There's plenty of places.
Doc Sprout.
Well, you know me. I'm a coming and a going as it goes. And, well, I don't really think I can be locked down in one office. I tend to treat the world as my office, wherever it is I need to go.
Yeah.
Well, Doctor, old habits die hard. No matter wherever there is I am, that's where I'll be.
Stop mumbling, old man.
This is just going to be the show
I
tonight.
love your stories.
No one
By the way,
likes
I
this.
should give out a couple of rerolls here. We have Uriah Fan sends one reroll to Megan.
Oh, thank you.
Hey!
And Shalithia sends one reroll to Dom.
Thank you.
Boy!
And 3 to the table.
Yeah!
Very equitable.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
And so you are doing your thing. You're between missions. You're in the basement. You're keeping a lookout. You're mumbling indistinctly. When suddenly you start hearing in the distance. You first hear this sort of flapping sound, and it's just it gets louder and louder, and then you see the shape appear. One of the most majestic sights you have ever seen, a penguin swooping in the way penguins swoop, and soaring as penguins soar. And this penguin comes to a landing right next to you on the roof. I'll say you recognize the distinct logo of the Carrier Penguin organization on his sort of commando-y jumpsuit thing's got on. The penguin sits down and you must be Dolly.
You know who I am. You're a part of the Carrier Penguins. I'm such a big fan because all I've ever wanted to do is travel as much as possible. And you can. I can't even fly. You can fly.
Well, yes, it's, you have to earn your wings with the organization. I'm an old hand myself. And yes, I am quite aware of who you are, who all of you are. The entire Pony Express organization. Let's go find your friend so I can introduce myself and bring everybody up to speed.
Oh, right, yeah, they're all lower than up here. I'm up at the highest of the building, so we have to go down.
How do we get down from here? Hey, Tyler, boys, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Tyler.
Thank you, everybody. I think we're getting close to Wildcard. Megan's poker.
I like to imagine we just have slides set up on each of the levels.
Oh, yes, I love that.
Right?
Or ramps that can be used as slides if you're in the mood.
There's ones that are ramps to go up and slides to go down.
That sounds good. I
We
like that.
just we take one of these slides. There's that swirly one there. That one's just a straight shot, but it kind of gets your butt on the way down, so I don't recommend it. Probably a swirly one would be better.
Yeah, and this penguin just jumps into the swirly one with like a sort of adorable little wee disappears like down there.
I'm gonna. There's no one up here. I'll do the same thing and follow behind.
We gather the rest of you, sort of call to you, to a meeting, and
I used to be able to fly around like that, but these days I do more clopping and less flapping. The old swingy flyers, they don't flap like they used to.
of course, old one. My name is Agent Penguin. I was once head of the entire Carrier Penguin organization's security services.
Did you hear that?
Yes, but my repeated failures caused me to be demoted slightly down the ladder. I did my best. Wasn't, being in charge just not kind of my thing.
Well, don't judge a man how he is on his worst day.
But thank you. And yes, but I'm back in the field and I'm feeling better than ever. I am here to enlist your help, Pony Express.
We're ready. Right?
And we're on payroll, so.
Yes, I believe our retainer has not quite expired.
Ask away.
Go on.
I have the paperwork here somewhere
He,
For what, darling?
for the retainer.
There's no way you have that paperwork. You oaf.
You have the paperwork?
I'm looking.
Are you all right? Maybe get another Coke to go with that one. Now,
Carl, you all right,
I
Doc? Come
couldn't
check on him.
possibly have 2 Cokes. What are you, crazy?
I'm just saying you could try it.
Coca-Cola's good for the blood. It keeps your humors up.
I'm not sure that that's true necessarily.
Well, I may not be a city educated doctor, but I know a couple things about keeping people alive.
Shut
I
up,
think
you
I've lost
old
the voice
grub.
initially.
Let him talk.
Oh, I've said too much.
Did your accent change?
It does that from time to time. I've been a lot of places.
I understand. My own accent tends to wander. Yes. Penguin Intelligence recently sent an agent out to the nearby town of Kalmu. It's a village of farmer cows.
Yes, I know it well.
Of course.
Our agent was investigating a case that the details of, unfortunately, are confidential. But we lost touch with him, and we don't know this territory very well. But, well, obviously this is your own backyard, so we were hoping the Pony Express could ride out to Kalmu and reestablish contact with our lost agent.
Well, yeah, of course we want to do that, right? Right?
Well, we are contractually obligated.
But and that doesn't matter, though. This is a...
Oh, no, that definitely matters, but...
I mean, it does matter as such, darling, yes.
No, I'm just saying this is something we want to do just for the good of it, right? Then we get to see lots of things.
Perryman, thank you for the bit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
A quick question, Agent Penguin.
Yes, that's...
As a member of the Carrier Penguin organization, perhaps you're privy to any reports or field missives, what have you, about the neighboring area. How well have the people of Kalmu been eating of late? I ask because cow legs are very similar to horse legs, but only when they've not been eating quite as much as a year might normally yield, and I'm in need of some supplies.
Yes. Okay. Why don't
simple
you
request.
make let's make a fallings roll. You're sort of doing diplomacy here. You're seeing if you can pry some intelligence out of Agent Penguin.
Does anyone want to help me?
No.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
He's insane.
Okay, fine, I'll do it myself.
Your number is 5. This is a fallings roll. You are a scientist. Diplomacy, not necessarily your thing. You're a Nader's character, so you can roll 1. You want to roll over your number.
All right. No whammies. I whammied.
No, unfortunately, we don't know anything about their eating habits, but I can't share any of our intelligence with you, unfortunately, at this point.
Pity, I'll pack my calipers.
Your what?
Don't worry your pretty head about it, darling.
Oh, thanks.
Well, once you reestablish our contact with our agent, return here and radio in to headquarters.
Oh, a chance to try out the new radio. I've heard great things.
We've had a great deal of trouble getting it to work with as far as us having hooves and all, but
I thought
damned if we aren't going to give it a try.
I thought it was pronounced radio.
Well, you may be right. I can't rightly say I know.
Certainly not right.
I mean,
You fool.
I read the instructions. It looked like radio.
Right, I've heard both myself, so I mean, it could as easily be that. I mean, how do we really know, right?
My God.
So, it's just the 5 of you then?
Well, remaining, yes.
Aha.
It was tragic, just tragic. We don't like to talk about it.
Just
Yes.
a big glue shortage in the town next over.
I did
all of a
everything
sudden-
it was I could.
Right. It's that, and someone came by and harvested a lot of organs from the rest of our co-workers.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yes, it's one of those drive-by things, I believe.
Well,
Dead of night.
Over several months.
best of luck, Pony Express. And he salutes you with his little flipper. And wing, I guess. And then just runs at a window, leaps through it sort of Superman style, spreading his wings into the air and just soaring like a penguin
shatter
into
through
the
the window?
sky.
Can you break the glass? To that window?
It's open.
Sure does make an old horse yearn for the wild.
What the hell? No, it goes right through the window.
Why did you do that?
That was so amazing.
That gives me a great idea for a self-repairing window.
It gives
broke
me a
our
great
window.
idea for penguin skin armor.
He broke our window. He certainly didn't have to.
Well, I mean, it was a cool exit, though, right?
No, we have a lot of glass.
Well,
we need to pick up now.
step around that. I mean, it'll be fine.
How are you feeling about committing to this?
Also-
Developing work?
Also, we have
Very
hooves
good.
on glass.
Oh, you're right. Why did I care about that? I guess we could eat it by accident, but we won't.
Don't do that.
And you look over and Carl's like,
my medical opinion wouldn't allow for you to eat no glass. I'm really losing that accent. It was gone.
nope, I didn't eat glass.
Nice.
Say off.
I understand.
Blood.
So, yeah, he takes off, and you've got essentially your mission, head out to Kalmu and reestablish contact with the lost Carrier Penguin's agent, or whatever happened to the Carrier Penguin, or just find out why the agent's not answering, whatever the case may be. Anything you'd like to do to prepare, anything you'd like to do before you leave.
I'll need to head down to the basement and collect my things. I'll return.
Okay.
And then I just kind of, I always back down into the basement, making unbroken eye contact with everyone in the room, and then close the cellar door.
He always says that.
Yeah.
I will get the binoculars that I always use every night to scan the horizon for Dot, and I will bring them and I'll put them on. They are designed for horses, and so they kind of go out like that.
Which makes
It's
them
adorable.
Yeah. But they kind of fit on my head so that I can still walk. But they're like on a little headband that goes kind of. It's actually got a little oval, so it goes over my horn, and then they're held right there.
How do you attach the headband?
Don't ask those questions, man.
It's very important that I know.
You're ruining reality.
There's a way. There's a way.
There's a way.
Where there's a horse, there's a way.
Yeah, that's right. I say it all the time. You've heard me.
I'm in the basement. No sound
Well,
or issues from the
Well,
basement.
I'll go out and
These pipes.
But the screen.
Remember the pipes.
I've got to go and say goodbye to Rudy. Who, that's my late wife. She was a great old foal. And, well, I have her picture. It's the
Sad.
only picture we were ever willing to stand for. Well, she lived to a good old age, but she would want me to be active and out there.
Well,
Pity that
What?
someone took her liver.
Now she lives in a jar of glue.
So I go over and I give a little like, well, I'm out on the road again, to the picture of Rutabaga, who I call Rudy.
On a jar of glue.
Oh God! Like the cremation ruins is like Elmer's glue bottle.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's so dark. We said we were going to make it dark.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to Wildcards.
Wild fate.
Wild fate.
Well, fake.
Wempting Cape.
Wempting Cade.
I also have a
Top
picture
five.
next to it that's like one of those really old-timey, like already faded photos where you had to stand still for a very long time
Yep, yeah.
to get it done.
It was like
Oh,
those
sure. Like
photos.
the tin types. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, Dolly, Dolly, you are a
I am.
you're a Follings character. You're
Yes,
a
I'm
2. Make a Nazer's roll. You can roll 3 because this is an explorer thing. I just want to see how much you know about Kalmu from just being an explorer and knowing about the area.
Okay. That's.
Nazers, you want to roll under your number. Your number is what did we say? It was 2.
So I got 1 success.
1 success. Okay. You don't know a ton about Kalmu. You just know it's a small village of farmer cows. It is way off the beaten path, the kind of place the Pony Express does not stop very often. It's just not worth the time going out of the way for the poultry business. And that's about all you know.
This is going to be real neat, you guys, because we don't go here very often. So we're going to get to see this whole new place, and I can put more on my map. It's going to be great. Maybe we can get some new business, which will help us go to other places, which is also really great, and I can keep filling out the map.
They might buy one of my patented objects that I have created.
Oh, they just might, Carl. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon one place is probably about the same as the other, but there ain't no way to know for sure until you've been there and put God's green eyes on it.
They're all quite different, actually. If you've been to both places, then you can tell the difference.
I mean, this one's got cows.
Yeah, it's got cows. I mean, how many places have you been that have cows?
Hell, well,
No, I didn't actually mean for you to answer that question.
I reckon you.
Please don't.
He starts to list places he's been that had cows.
Oh, he's doing
But-
it now.
It kind of fades out. He's the sort of person you can walk away from and he'll just keep talking,
Oh my God, you're my
unfazed.
Carl just
every
stands. Everyone
grandfather.
else has moved, but Carl stands there. But Carl's like,
There's a rhythmic thumping sound coming up the stairs from the cellar, and Reginald emerges, dragging a mobile medical cart on wheels with a leather tether stuck in his mouth. All right, I'm ready if you all are.
Oh, yeah, we're ready. I got my map.
Very well. Lead on.
Oh, right. This is not a map of the actual area because I've not been there yet. So I'm making it, but I'm pretty sure we go that way.
Yeah, we'll say Kalmu is dead south of where you are right now.
We go north.
Ha ha! Trying to railroad us.
North around
"Open
the
world,
world.
baby!"
Yeah.
I want to collect weeds.
Hey, you want to go north? You can skip the Kalmu mission. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, he's calling our bluff.
Oh,
I'm uncomfortable with this.
What if it's a dinosaur land, though?
let's go, Camu. I get scared.
Stay in the line. Stay in the line. No, we'll go to Kalmu.
All right, that's what you want.
Oh, double calling our bluff.
No, I feel strange.
Yeah, no. So yeah, it's Kalmu is just about south of you, and we will say you head out, and most of the ride is pretty unremarkable.
Do we call it a ride if we're the ones walking?
Most of the walk is pretty unremarkable.
We don't have like a carriage that's pulled by like 4 naked people with things in their mouth. You're like,
Oh, boy.
Do you want to try and get one?
That's so morbid.
that sounds like something he would have.
Yeah, Jordan, you're so weird.
I'm not quite old enough to have people not care about me that much yet.
Well, I mean, I reckon if we could at least take a ride a little bit of the way, these old hooves wouldn't mind.
Oh, yes, can't we afford a train? What are we, not animals?
We're the Pony Express. The whole point is that we travel. Like, we're faster than
It's
foot.
actually a great point.
You make a very good point.
I mean, that's what I'm here for. No.
Yeah, look how fast I can go. And then he goes around in a circle.
Yes, it's quite fast.
Look at that. He's going so fast.
Motivate him. Don't do that.
I reckon
Oh, but
these
it's
hooves
good.
got a couple more miles left in them. After all, I am built to wander.
I've already walked past you.
He's just talking to a cactus.
He thinks about it. How about a cancer today, old alfalfa?
Past your night break. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Much obliged.
Thank
Wow,
you,
really
everybody.
appreciate that.
That might, I don't know, we'll see. Our next tier is Wildcard, and then after that, Chaos. Yeah, and, the ride is mostly uneventful. And I will say about, I don't know, let's say, we said it was off the beaten path, so this is a good, I don't know, good 50 miles. It's at the pace that you guys travel, it takes probably a day and a night, and you camp out, and again remains uneventful. And I'll say maybe about 10 miles outside of Kalmu, off the path, just sort of off into the desert, you sort of see a trail of black smoke just headed off into the air.
Carl,
I'd say it's obvious, everyone can see it.
most of this time I've been wearing my binoculars.
That does unlock wildcard, by the way.
Ooh,
So
Hey!
again, your chance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Everybody.
you.
Thank you.
I've been wearing the binoculars like almost the whole time, and so I've been calling out like how long it's going to be, and it's always half of what it actually is. And but I'll turn and look at the smoke and see if I can see.
Okay,
anything.
make a Nazer's roll. You want to roll under your number. Your number
It's 2.
because this is a precise task. You're
Yeah.
like studying something. Your number's 2. You want to roll under your number. You say you use the binoculars a lot, right?
Mhm.
So you can roll 3.
All right.
I feel like turning here with those binoculars on would be like a
Yeah.
whoa.
Duck.
You guys stop being so close to me. Okay. Well, nope. None of those worked.
No.
Well, I'm gonna reroll. Why not?
Hooray!
You only get to reroll 1
Okay.
per reroll.
I'll reroll this one.
Yeah.
Oh! Hey, and it worked.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
One
yeah,
success.
thanks so much.
Yes.
Nice.
You spend some time focusing with your binoculars, and you can't see a ton of extra detail, but you get enough extra to sort of get the sense that smoke, like wherever it's coming from,
Yeah,
it's moving very slowly.
I know what you're thinking. How much easier would this be if my eyes could always do this? I can give that to you, Carl.
Go, God!
Just remember, you know where to find me.
Hey. I'll put a pin in that. Hey, you guys see the smoke that moves?
Oh, is that what that is?
It's moving smoke.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's moving. I mean, you guys can barely tell. Like it's moving like away from you. So like it's going so slow that like it's almost hard to spot unless you're really paying attention that it is actually sort of moving away, whatever it is.
My guess, it's someone smoking who's walking away from us.
Oh, yeah, that
Alright.
makes sense, right?
Like a cigar or something.
Well, I
Yes,
reckon
indeed.
they'd have to be smoking one grand cigar for that to be the case. But I surely don't know. I ain't seen things that suggest that it ain't all of that.
And we'll say that's off to the east, and Kalmu still lies about 10 miles to your south.
Does it look like there's any connection
North, south.
between the is there anything that connects visually between the smoke and Kalmu? Any sort of like trail of like lesser smoke or anything following anything at all?
Why don't you make a Nazer's roll? You don't have binoculars.
do not.
You want to roll under your number. Your number is 5. You're a scientist, so you're an observer, but you don't have binoculars. Let's say you can roll 2.
All right, that sounds fair to me, Tyler. I rolled 2 successes.
You want? 2 successes. You get the feeling that the smoke is moving like sort of let's say generally toward the town.
Is it just me, or does that fellow with the cigar seem to be moving very slightly towards Kalmu?
Well, I reckon that solves our dilemma then, do it not? I mean, as far as I was thinking, I couldn't decide whether we should go towards the smokes or go towards Kalmu. But if it's heading its way towards Kalmu, well, why, all our things are sure
In fact,
combined at the same place.
Can you all understand what he's
I was hoping
saying?
one of you could.
I should give you a tad more than that because it's basically similar to what I gave him, like that it's moving and giving you toward the town. I'll say also it's that like because you're looking as a scientist rather than as a guy with binoculars.
Always done it.
So you can sort of recognize that the smoke, the sort of the extreme darkness of the smoke, kind of it probably comes from some kind of machine.
Ooh.
It also
Would be your guess.
might not be a man with a cigar.
Well, then what else could it be?
Yeah. Name one other thing.
Something that runs on combustion, I would wager.
Oh, what?
It could be a
Perhaps
train.
a coal-powered centaur abomination of some kind.
A who?
Centaur.
You know, you take the top part of a man and fuse it to the mechanical undersides of a horse-like homunculus, and it's all powered by coal.
No.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with being a fusion between two different animals.
What? Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Yes, there is. That's against the rules of science or something, isn't it?
Anyways, perhaps we should continue on towards Calvin.
Gloss over that.
No, let's just glaze past it.
All right. Well, yeah.
Let's just go to town.
Well,
All right,
We
I'll
don't
go
need-
get my
we
kid.
don't need to
I don't
worry
know.
about
If
that.
such things heading towards the town, we might need to be aware about the safety of those who are inside.
But I'm going to need to be closer in order to identify it.
Well, we're only like 5 miles away.
Well, I think
We're
we
almost. I could practically touch it.
What? What?
Well-
the town is only 10
How are
miles
you-
away.
It's a bit further. If you just scoot up just a little, it'd be a little bit more.
We're getting closer.
Yep.
Well, I ain't no navigator myself, but I think that perhaps if we took ourselves a bit of a diversion, go right down the middle, split our difference as it was, we could cut the snake off right in its middle part.
So,
So we're gonna go to the smoke.
I guess that. makes
do
sense.
you want to continue on to the town, or do you want to go after the smoke?
Smoke, please.
I like the idea of splitting the distance. Yes, let's go. Let's do the best of both worlds and head towards both.
Well,
But
my
just
papa always said,
also
you
towards neither.
don't aim at the rabbit, you aim where the rabbit's heading.
Wait, but are we going
Donate the rabbit.
parallel to?
Don't hate the rabbit. Hate where the rabbit is heading.
Ooh.
I like donating rabbits.
Yeah, don't eat the rabbit.
I think rabbits are cute.
I think
Alright.
rabbits are
You
useful.
see, like the smoke is sort of moving parallel to you, but it's way, a few miles in the distance, and it's, I'd say with his roll, you could say probably, it's moving a lot slower than you are, probably.
Okay.
That's why it was so hard to see that it was moving in the first place.
Well, I mean, I'll go wherever. I just want to go.
All right, let's do it.
Well,
Clearly,
which-
we need a leader for this expedition. I nominate Carl.
Oh yeah, he's real good. You're right. Good job.
I'm already gone.
So where are you going?
I'm going down the middle.
Down the middle.
Yeah.
To like try and
Like
Intercept.
yeah, if they're
intercept
going,
where
if it looks like the smoke is kind of going this way and Kowloon is here, and we're going on this path, I'm gonna kind of divert and go down the middle. So
You know, it might be more clear if you drew something out for him.
Yeah.
No, you know what?
we're
Actually,
drawing now.
go for it.
Wow.
Let's
Made it
draw
real
stuff.
complicated, guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Wow.
We could have just went to
Now
town.
here's
So thank you for joining us tonight, everybody.
Megan's been mapping
our-
out the world too.
I have.
So.
Yeah, Megan's got a great map here.
Do we have our miniatures ready?
Who wants a bean?
How are we gonna handle combat
No.
without our miniatures?
Well, I almost brought my toy horse.
Do you have a Gussie?
Yeah.
That's
Ah.
where we are.
I
But
was thinking it was spelled with a C, darling.
Our next tier is
Moo is not
$200. If we
smelling
get
the
there,
pussy.
Reginald will get a one-time ability
Oh.
to summon the spirit of chaos to do his bidding.
Woo!
I promise to use it only for good scouts armor.
Who is more reliable than chaos?
Ah.
Ooh.
Ah.
so that's how we was going, and then what I proposed we do is we divert and go that way towards where it's ending up. See,
Oh,
Count.
yeah.
This is why I nominated him.
That makes a lot. That's a really good drawing you
I
did.
even's got the cow moves in
You
there.
did. Look at that. That's pretty clever. I mean, no
Yeah,
wonder you're
now we know.
leader, right?
Because then if you saw this and you didn't know, you wouldn't know what we was heading towards. But now
Right.
you know.
Wait, where's the smoke though? That's the.
Well, see, here's
Oh, it's right there. Okay. Oh yeah. Look how much that looks like smoke. That's really
yeah.
good.
It's actually not bad.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that was right and true smoke.
Right?
Oh, chaos!
Yeah.
wait.
Thank you very much.
Hey!
Thank you.
Does that even things out or leave it like still a weird random number? Why
Well, if-
40? Why 1740?
If the forces of chaos
Look
are
at that, 9. Yeah,
in
it's like
effect.
6 and a 9. I don't know.
Yeah,
My math
this-
skills are
oh,
terrible.
yeah, I
but-
see.
Well, SF Giants 49ers donating in euros, I think.
Yeah.
Germany.
Right.
Chaos just created order.
Oh!
Oh, how chaotic I am.
Yeah.
Wow. Real
Unexpected.
meta.
All right.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
appreciate you. And yeah, so okay, so you go up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
How? Okay, just out of curiosity, like, in what manner are you proceeding?
Well, you headed off first.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm at a dainty trot.
Not a brisk plop.
No.
I feel like Dolly's always going everywhere, kind of like this, just looking around and like
kind of a moderate canter.
Yeah.
I'm definitely in the back.
No.
I'm slowed down by dragging my medical cart.
I'm in the
My science cart,
You said
sorry.
you were in the front?
Yeah.
Okay,
call him out.
I'm right behind him because I need to greet them before you do,
Yeah.
just in case.
Right.
You're in the back, right?
Yeah, I think I am, and I think I'm talking the whole time and just clopping along.
He's talking to your kit that you're dragging.
Yeah.
Good, because I've just learned to tune him out.
I assume all this is being recorded somewhere.
All right. So you're just running down the middle. I will say the first couple of miles pretty uneventful. You can see you are getting ahead of the smoke. You are definitely getting closer to the town faster than the smoke is. You're in the lead, right?
Yeah.
All right, do me a favor. Make a... What do we call this? Make a Nazer's roll. Just to see like how close you're paying attention as you are galloping along.
Okay.
You want to roll under your number.
I aced it, but that doesn't help.
But hang on, I get to tell you roll first.
Oh.
You want to roll under your number. Your number is 2. You're a goofy entrepreneur. Oh right, yeah. But you are also a Pony Express rider. You can roll 2 because galloping through the countryside is something that you do.
Okay.
Stop putting your dice in the pencil box.
Hey!
Whoa!
One success.
One success. Okay. As you are galloping along, you start to pick up that on the ground beneath you, you are starting to notice tracks.
I look down with my binoculars. There's something big that went through here.
Okay. They're not like super big.
No, they are, because I'm looking at them through binoculars.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
You gotta see this, right?
Well, I reckon we can give it a gander.
Why don't you tell us what you see?
Well, it looks like
BFW Scott, thank you.
PFW
Looks like
Scout.
PFW Scott.
What's a BFW Scott?
You don't know what a PFW Scout is?
No, I've never heard of it. Tell me
Dreadful
about it.
predator of the plains.
What? A predator
Don't
here?
worry, they come out mostly at night.
Well, it's
Mostly.
night now, isn't it? Were you quoting a thing? Were you having a goof?
What do they look like, Carl?
They look
As our leader.
look like tracks.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
looks like.
it's sand, so it's like the tracks are slightly indistinct. Does anybody want to try and identify the tracks?
I'll give him a look.
Okay. Make a we'll call it a Nazer's task. You want to roll under your number.
Okay.
You are a doctor.
I want to
I've seen
help
a couple different.
You wanna help?
rolls
I'd like
that
to help
day.
him.
All right. So first, you make a Nazer's roll. You're a scientist, so you can roll 3. You want to roll under your number.
Nah, I bet
Your
that'll
number's
suit
5.
if
I rolled 3 successes.
So you can roll 3.
Okay.
Lady Indigo, thank you for the bits.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you.
No, Doc, the tracks are actually this way. Right here.
Well, I reckon a track turns upside down just as well as any other.
You want to roll under your number. Your number is 4.
Make any sense?
It actually does in a way. It's kind
3.
of poetic.
Yeah, you can roll 3, and your number is 4.
And that's 3 successes.
3 successes.
Yeah, 2, 2, 2.
Okay.
2, 2, 2.
You identify these tracks as cow tracks, and with 3 successes, I'll say that you can tell that there are at least 2 distinct set of tracks. Right? There's an older set of tracks where it looks like a bunch of cows kind of walked away from the village, like in the direction away from where you sort of back where you came from, into the desert. And then there's a newer, fresher set of tracks that sort of just leads off to your west a little bit and kind of not exactly towards the town, but sort of just outside of it.
Well, I reckon we got ourselves a good old-fashioned cattle drive here. And I express that to everyone. Do any of the hoofs look like they might have parasites or hoof rot of any sort? Because that's pretty common in these areas.
You rolled 3 successes. That's a success with style. So I will say, yeah, a few of them do.
Yeah, well,
You can identify that from their hoof print somehow.
It's a simple balm they can use to get that under control.
And we've all moved on.
And he tries to kind of pull out his medical kit as he's going along and like put together hoof rot balm, which is difficult because I've only got I have my medical bag, like a feed bag around my neck, so that it kind of holds there and I can pick stuff up with my teeth and kind of move it around.
Love
It's
it.
still difficult.
Okay, no, I love it.
So far, all these things that have been made for horses still seem very difficult for horses to use.
Tough to be a horse.
It
We're
very
good at
much
like
is.
grazing and running.
That comes.
But you're doing great. You're doing great. And while you're examining the hoof prints, you are just sort of, you're killing time behind them while they do their examination thing, and you're roaming around, and you spot in the sand this little box, and it's like a little wooden box, and on the outside of it, it just kind of has a skull and crossbones, and someone has written, "Do not open."
Skull and crossbones.
Oh.
It could be treasure.
Chaos is unlocked. Thank you, outsider.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. So we're just up to How Do the Horses Vote, where everybody will do their best. Nay, I'm not going to give it away for free now.
No.
You haven't lived until you see us all try to do our best actual horse impression. And then we get into bear time. And who knows what bear time holds? I guess Rick Bear knows, but,
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you, everybody. Yeah, and you find this box. Skull and crossbones, do not open.
I'm gonna sneak away and try and open it.
You going to sneak away and try and open it?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's mine. It's all mine.
So you open it up, and inside you find a chunk of rock that has kind of just mud and dirt caked all over it.
Maybe it's gold. I'll try rubbing it off.
Try rubbing it off. Okay. So where did I write this? What color is the ghost rock?
It's black.
Black. Okay, yeah. You rub off the
I
mud.
didn't realize that for the longest time though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like silver.
But it burns with a green tint, I think, right? Something like that?
But it's like obsidian
Yes,
black?
but it's not burning now.
No, you do get the mud off, and it just, it kind of looks like a little chunk of obsidian or something. It's just like this black rock.
I know it's ghost rock though, right? Do I?
Are you a geologist of some kind?
You know what? Roll a Mazer's roll. You want to roll under your number. You are a cowardly diplomat. So, let's see. Horse-sized monocle to make him look fancy, become revered at house parties. You can roll
I've talked to
one.
plenty of people at parties about colors of rocks.
It's your horse-sized monocle.
Oh, I'll use my horse-sized monocle to get a better look at it.
I must admit, it does make
You
me
use your
look quite
horse-sized monocle to get a better look at it? Okay,
Yes.
you can roll 2. You want to roll under your number. Your number is 3.
Okie dokie. I've got a 1 success. I've done it.
Okay, 1 success. You have heard stories of Ghost Rock.
Okay.
You don't know if it's a real thing or just some goofy frontier legend. You have heard that Ghost Rock glows with a sort of ghostly green light, but this does not do that. On the other hand, they say that it is sort of black like obsidian, and somebody put this in this box and put a skull and crossbones on it for a reason. So, you have your suspicions, but, you're not really sure of anything.
This could be junk or it could be valuable. I cannot carry it by myself. I'll need the help of those fools. Carl! Over here. Carl?
Whoa!
Hello. Would you come over here? I found some treasure, I think.
All right.
And bring that scientist fellow, Mr. Reginald. He can take a closer look at it.
Grov, I can't decide if you're a fop or a goblin.
I'm not sure either.
Why not both?
Why not both?
He's a foplin.
Sir, hey, sir.
You can't say that word.
Yes, what is
Sir
it?
Reginald.
Yes.
Cloppinsworth wants to see you.
Please, Carl, I've told you 1,000 times I was never knighted. It's just Reginald.
What's with your teeth now?
He's
I'm
holding
pulling
the.
my cart.
He's got the leather strap that holds his cart.
Oh,
You could
weird.
probably drop it right
true.
now.
Well, I thought we were continuing forward.
No, bring your card. I need to put something on your stupid card.
Please tell Cloppingworth I would never do anything to help a Cloppingworth.
He would never do anything to help a clop. That's not nice.
That's not. Tell him that's not nice. Yes, good on you, Carl.
He knows what his family did
naughty
back
as
in the
ponies.
motherland.
Do you know what your family did back in the day?
Well, of course I know. We bankrupted their family 10 times over. I understand. There's no reason to hold a grudge against me.
Well, it's clear someone's thrown a snake in the gopher tent.
You know,
Doctor, Dr. Sprouts, over here. Could you help us? Maybe you know what this rock is. I think it could be.
where'd everybody go?
Well,
So,
you know what they say. You never know the salt until you give it a lick.
is anybody trying to examine this rock more closely? Are you?
I definitely am not.
You are
I'll give it
definitely
a
not.
Not me.
All right. Curious doctor, you can. I mean, you have scientific training, maybe not geological training. Let's say you can roll 2. You want to roll under your number. Your number is 4.
Okay. Oh, I rolled both over. So
Good job.
I probably don't learn a whole lot from licking the ghost rock.
No, the 0 successes. So as far as you're concerned, nah, it's just a chunk of rock.
Well, it ain't salt, that I can tell you. Now, I know a little bit about salt. Now, it used to be that all we had was salt. Then people bought sugar licks. And I just
away.
keep
You
going
guys
on
have
about it.
salt?
Walk away.
Do you have all the salt over there? Is that what's happening?
Sure look like it ain't.
Did someone say salt?
What about it?
Ow. Ow.
Are you licking the rock?
Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to be, this is quite cumbersome to drag, so we're going to be continuing on. So
yeah,
release the
Right now, you're headed towards the town, and you found the prints. You found the prints of a bunch of cows, older prints of a sort of herd of cows going out of town, and newer prints of some just sort of headed off to the west of the town. A smaller group. So when you say continue on, you going straight towards the town, or are you taking the other set of prints?
I'm gonna keep going towards the town.
Yes.
That's what I said I would do.
And now we have treasure to sell.
Well, you know, the prince.
We do?
I'm not fresher, but I guess we could always double back and go see where these lead us if the time ever leads us to do that good making.
I didn't think salt was worth that much.
Well, it's worth quite a
Well-
bit, Dolly. Would you like to help me take it, and I'll split it with you 50-50?
I think
All right.
I think his salt turned off though.
No,
Oh.
this isn't salt. This is double gold. It's
Well,
twice as good
It's
as gold.
gold.
Double gold.
What's double gold?
It's
That
off
sounds-
salt.
It's twice as good as regular gold.
Wait, do you
Well,
eat
I
it?
don't.
No, you don't. Did you eat regular gold? No.
No, but he said it was not as what
It's off salt.
off salt.
I don't
So-
know much about salt, but what I do know is that the salt
You
that
said
has
you
the most
did
value in the
before.
world is the salt one man gets from working hard. And that comes in your sweat.
Do you eat that?
I wouldn't
You
be-
eat man sweat?
No, he's eating horse sweat, you moron.
I just start dragging my science cart towards Kalmu.
I love everyone's when we get out of these scenes, it's just someone just continuing on without regard for
The
anybody
only way to
else.
make
Yeah.
anything
I
happen.
ignore this situation.
You always talk about how you can't get us to focus, and now we're seeing it.
It's possible that there are some fresh enough corpses in Kalmu that I can make do.
What?
Huh? Coming.
What's that?
I mean, follow. I don't know.
He
Okay.
says funny things.
So you continue on to Kalmu, and the rest of the way it's cool, and you coast on into town, and it is a small town. First, you start passing by the pastures that you can tell, are part of the farms, and everybody make a Nazar's roll. Everybody just roll 2 and just tell me how you do.
2 successes.
We're rolling under, right?
Yeah, under your number.
I got 1 success.
I got 2 successes.
No success. Don't forget if
You
you,
got a
roll
6
your
and a
number,
1.
you can.
I
ask the
got
high
one
ones.
success.
I have not yet rolled.
Oh
my
yeah,
success.
has anybody roll your number?
I didn't. No. I
No,
got
not even
Wow.
once.
Hey, it happens. So yeah, there are enough successes in there, so you sort of start catching on to the idea that some of these fields look a little overgrown. And then you get into town, you start getting into the town proper. It's not huge, barbershop, saloon,
Doctor's office?
doctor's office. That you know,
rivalry.
very small.
You
But-
have a business.
I did.
It's very quiet.
I can set the book to start a business.
And yeah, it's very quiet. In fact, right now you don't see anybody.
I'd like to start walking into various different buildings and seeing if there's any dismembered parts just lying around.
You're looking for dismembered body parts.
Just if there happen to be any, I would like dibs.
I'd like to do the same thing.
But I
no
did
reason.
it first. I did it first,
For
and I
no
started
reason.
before him.
But for no reason, I'd also like to look for corpse parts.
Okay, but you're not helping him. You're just
No,
looking for
they're
corpse
my
parts.
corpse
I would
parts.
never accept help from coping
Competing
with.
at this point.
Okay, so
corpse
each
parts.
of you make a corpse finding roll,
All right.
corpse part finding roll. We'll call that nasers because it's a precise task. You're looking
Exactly.
for something specific. You want to roll under your number. Let's see. You're a scientist and you're a
diplomat.
I would also like to say that I'm a minor hobbyist when it comes to looking for dismembered horse parts.
Yes, but I like to argue that they're dismembered horse parts, and you would know what those are because they're in front of you. Like if you walked into a room and saw like an arm laying,
Yes,
you'd be like,
but
yeah,
the
there
trick
it
is
is.
knowing where to look now, isn't it?
All right, you got me there.
You can roll 3. You can roll 2.
All right, that seems totally fair.
You want to roll under your number. God help our souls.
3 success.
I got my number twice. What does that mean?
You got your number twice, so you can ask the high horse twice. That means you got 2 successes. You're all looking for dismembered body parts.
If we find like full bodies, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Then on top
failed.
of drag dog.
But if someone's missing a thumb, oh yeah, we're gonna notice it.
What I will say is, you had 3 successes. You had 2 successes. You actually find let's say a dismembered cow tail,
Delicious.
and you find a dismembered cow's ear in a separate location.
Oh, dear.
No word on whether or not they come from the same cow.
They do.
They didn't.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for joining us tonight. The
What? There's not enough
Dismembered Cow
dismembered
Show.
stuff
Yeah.
most of the time.
We can look for more.
At least we
Ooh.
didn't find any glue.
All right. You only find that tail and that ear. But otherwise you were searching some buildings and you still have not found any cows or people or anything.
Use your high horse question to figure
Oh,
out
yeah.
where all the cow parts are.
And as you are searching, you see off in the distance smoke signals, which you can read. You decode as the following voice sort of appearing in your head. We'll say, hey, this is the high horse, man. Yo.
Oh my!
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little high right now.
It's really him.
Yeah.
The high horse.
Sometimes people think my name means I'm going to be judgmental, like,
I certainly
It's not
did.
that kind of high.
Oh, you're the fun kind.
So yeah, you get 2 questions. You got a question for me?
Yeah. Okay. First question.
Yeah.
How do I ruin Reginald?
How do you ruin Reginald?
I need to know how to ruin his business. My family has been in battle for generations, and I must ruin him, just like my father before me ruined his father.
Each generation must ruin each other.
Yeah, that's pretty serious. I would find some way to like scientifically discredit him so that he's, a pariah in his field.
Of course, his career.
Professionally embarrass him. Yeah, go after him where it counts.
You're right.
It's vicious and just really horrible. So good luck with
Right.
that. Yeah. What is your second question?
All right, my second question. Where is everybody?
Where is everybody? Everybody has been evacuated from the town.
Why? Wait, is that the
That's
question?
another question.
That's what? Okay,
Also
I
a
guess
question.
technically.
High horse out,
All right,
yo.
see ya.
And then the smoke signals dissolve into the horizon.
Okay.
That voice is not really there. You're just reading the smoke. It's just how you
I went on a vision
yeah,
trip.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Everyone, gather I think I went on a vision quest.
You did?
Yeah, I met the high horse. Also, if you go, like, make your questions really specific so they can't
Okay.
just answer half of it, all right?
Oh.
Just a tip if you ever go, ask the high horse a question.
I don't know
Yeah,
if that'll ever be relevant.
Bastards like that.
Anyways,
I don't mean to give it a try.
the town's been evacuated, but for some reason I don't know.
Who don't? Well, where do we think they went?
Yeah, I'm not the high horse, so I couldn't answer that. But that's a really good question.
Oh,
Well,
Will.
I have
what
a
about?
hypothesis.
I reckon I got one as well.
I believe they
Ooh,
went the
hypothesis
direction
fight.
those earlier tracks were heading.
Is that the way they were headed? Because I
Perhaps.
wasn't sure which direction. I guess
It's merely a
if
guess.
it was the other direction, they could have been walking backwards for some reason.
All right, well,
Also possible.
that's a bad scientist guess. Let's see what the doctor says.
Well, you can call me a raven because I'm saying what he said.
Oh,
Ravens are birds that can talk, unlike most of us.
doctor.
It's important to know that in order
No,
to be able
Roland.
to grok that.
The old rumor is that you gotta cut their tongue in half. I don't believe
What
that
the
is the case.
What the buck? Why would you do such a thing?
Now,
Why would you say such a thing?
Maybe the bathroom is out that way, and that's where they were all going.
Another possibility.
I like to think the world's my bathroom.
That would explain a lot back at the
Yeah.
house.
We do.
Well, I didn't grow up in
That's-
no fancy stable.
That's why the first floor is all yours.
It's also why your business closed.
Now, there ain't nothing unhygienic about a good turd.
All right.
Was that why his business closed?
Yes, I would never do anything to hurt.
Cloppingsworth?
I would never do anything to hurt his family. He did it on his own. He's just pooping everywhere.
Whoa, there's intrigue.
In his doctor's
Yeah.
I didn't think
Honey
Alfalfa
Express
Sprouts would
is-
be involved.
So.
Anyways, the town's evacuated. We have to go somewhere else. Let's go follow those tracks.
Very well. Yes, there's not much to discover in this little hamlet.
I did find this ear.
Oh,
You found an
helmet.
ear?
Yeah, check it out.
Okay,
Oh my. That belongs to someone.
It belongs to a cow.
That-
does the ear look like it might have earworm, which is
Ooh.
one of the biggest cow diseases?
But it's called cow earworm.
Yep, cow earworm, which actually can be transmitted to horses.
Yep.
Different species
It's a
of worm.
different species of
Make a
worm.
nature's roll. You're a doctor. You can roll 3. You want to roll under your number. Your
Yes!
number is 4.
All successes.
3
Wow.
success.
The
No,
last
it's
thing
clean.
this cow heard was
Good. I would hate to have another outbreak of earworm in the local population.
So yeah. You're. You are headed, sort of back towards the tracks. Is what you said?
Yes.
If they evacuated, that stands to reason that we follow their tracks. We find the good people of Kalmu in whatever state they
I
may be
mean,
in.
technically the job was to go to Kalmu, so we have fulfilled the job.
We're
Oh.
looking for the penguin.
I have a
Carl.
question.
As what?
I have
Yeah.
a question. Do we still see the smoke anymore?
Do you still see the smoke anymore? Yeah, you see the smoke. It is still sort of headed towards you, but still parallel with the town. Essentially, like it's not quite turned in yet, you know. What I will say is, you hear like a kind of faint clanking.
Do you all
It's that
hear
centaur robot.
Possibly.
What? Oh, that thing a robot?
That ain't like no hoof
So
teeth
many
I've
words.
heard.
It's definitely something clanking. Perhaps we should hide and see what it might be.
Could it be a penguin?
Well, I reckon I'll go greet it like a friend. And most of the time you set up yourself as a friend, people, well, they're going to give you a good smile in return.
Even I
we
know.
set up Doc as a
That's a
sacrifice
good
to the
idea. I
robot
like
centaur.
that. I like that a lot.
agreed.
Yeah.
I'll be in the shadows, so it's the
I'm
same
a
to me either
coward.
way.
I'm a coward, so I'm going to go hide.
All right. Well, I'll back you up if it turns out not to be a robot centaur.
I hid first.
I reckon that's a mighty fine movie.
Are you guys fighting? What's going on?
Well, I don't know.
I was
Just
going to
because
hide.
I came in this home and then you
Well-
came into
Oh,
this
you're
home
hiding.
doesn't mean we
I
have
was
to
going to hide
hide.
before Cloppingworth.
But I was already here. You came to hide in this home where I was already hiding. It's impossible.
What are you talking about? I left to hide ages ago.
Oh,
What are you two doing?
we're hiding.
Hiding.
And who's going? Wait, you two are going to
We were gonna let
follow
him-
the clapping, the clanking,
Yep, we're gonna follow the
We're-
clop clang.
Yeah.
the clop clang.
But
Same clock,
he's
clang.
gonna greet it as a friend, and I'm gonna be behind him.
With your horn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably does magic.
What are you doing?
I think I'm currently trying to write down all the different shops and where they are in town while everyone just scatters. I'm still there, like.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay, you're not making. Awesome. Oh,
Gussie!
thank you so much.
Oh,
Gussie.
Gussie, where are you now?
Thank you, everybody. So yeah, we'll say that Doc and Carl follow the clanking, and it leads you towards the sheriff's office. And you walk in first, and you're behind him, and you walk in friendly like, and you're a little more on guard. And you sort of look around, and then sitting in one of the cells there is a big giant cowboy bull in a cowboy hat. And he is sort of, he's got like a tin cup, and he's kind of like raking it across the bars. Mostly Eric. Thank you for that.
Hey!
Thank you, Eric.
Shields up.
Shields.
Give them shields up. I don't know why we all said that so.
But I had
Yeah, I
already
mean,
said
that was,
what I
that was nice. So yeah, and he's just sort of clanking his cup, and when he sees you walk in, he's like, I thought it'd take you less time to find me here.
Well, I don't rightly know that I have lost this accent entirely.
Stop pointing it out, darling. We're all on board.
I know.
Just start over. You'll
But
get
it
it.
hurts.
You seem to have a problem with the accent there.
Well,
I have also lost my accent.
Well, what can I say? Years of traveling around, you pick up a lot of different voices. It's hard to stick with one from one day to another. I can't really say we know who it is you are.
I certainly understand that.
What are you doing in there?
I'm the sheriff around here. I accidentally locked myself in the cell. Maybe you could let me out.
You're the sheriff?
Uh-huh.
Where's your badge?
I seem to have misplaced it before I locked myself in the cell.
Well, my memory
okay.
ain't what it used to be either. Well, here we go.
Perhaps you can find a way to open this cell door here and
I'll use my horn to
let
try
me
to
out so I
unlock
can
it.
do some law and justice stuff.
I'm gonna stick my horn into the lock and try to.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet,
So
sweet Carl.
roll.
It can be.
Roll. So what are you doing? You're trying to like pick it, or are you trying to like bust it with like force?
Bust it with force.
Okay, so we're gonna call that a
It sound
foliage
like it.
roll. You want to roll over your number. Your number, Carl, is a 2. You're a unicorn. You use your horn for stuff. You can roll 3.
RPG
Hey!
Thank
Good
you.
job.
That's 3 successes.
3 successes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aced it on one.
Yeah.
That lock busts open, and that cowboy bull stands up, and he picks up his cowboy hat and tucks it on his head, and he walks out of the cell, and he says, "Thank you kindly, friend."
No problem, Sheriff.
That's right. I'm the sheriff.
Now, where's your badge?
Well, he ain't got-
your
Oh, I'm
badge?
sure it's around somewhere. Forget about that.
Well, maybe you haven't seen, but you sure ain't got much of a town to be a sheriff over. Ain't much law to keep in a town without people.
Well, you let the sheriff worry about that. Let me see. Have you paid the cow moo tax?
I don't rather reckon we have.
Okay. Well, what have you got on you?
Oh, mostly just a bag full of scalpels.
Scalpels. Is that some kind of currency?
Well, no, it ain't.
It's a bag full of knives.
He
Sticks his.
He's a horse doctor.
thing into it and then pulls a scalpel out of his doctor bag.
There's all these scalpels stuck in his nose. No.
Now, I'm a little more experienced than to get scalpel nose like a first day medical student.
You know, I think I like you folks. Wow.
Well, I like you too, Sheriff. You seem like a stand-up gentleman.
Why don't we all sit down and hang out until my gang gets here?
Oh, you have a gang?
Yeah, absolutely. My posse, if you will.
Oh.
They help me, dispense law and justice and stuff like that. Why don't we say play some cards while we're waiting?
Well,
You look like a card player.
Oh well, I mean, I don't know that I've done it before, but I'm ready for anything. So why not?
I don't have much luck manipulating cards, as I have hooves and and a mouth I can do stuff with, but I'm sure down to
that's
give
a
it a try.
great idea. I should make horse cards.
Meanwhile, Cloppingworth and I are in an abandoned home. Stop touching me.
Reginald, hold me. I'm scared.
Stop touching me.
Reginald, hold me. You have
Don't
nice
touch me.
arms.
Okay,
Do
while
you
that
need to get out, Carl?
I'd like to get out.
Just say the word. I'm at your disposal.
Cloppingworth and
Reginald.
Huffington, you two are in an abandoned house. Why don't you each make a Nazers roll? You can each roll. You need to roll one because you're kind of hiding. You're panicked.
I'm very good at hiding. I'm cowardly.
You want to roll under your number. Your number is 5. What was that? Success.
Do I get more because I'm cowardly? And I've hidden a lot before.
Okay, yeah, that's actually a great point. You can roll
Sweet.
2.
Yeah.
Enjoy your short-lived victory.
I got a success as well.
You got a success. Okay, but not your number. Okay.
Not my number. No.
You looking around in the house while you are both hiding, you both sort of notice things are knocked over. It looks like maybe somebody was leaving in a hurry. Drawers are open. It looks like things have sort of been haphazardly pulled out.
Oh my! Do you think a pig lived here or something?
I don't know.
So messy.
Looks like it could be something violent that occurred, but if that were the case, you'd think there would be more cow parts.
Violent? Wait, did you find more cow parts? What are you not telling me?
I mean, I'd like to speak to you later about that ear. It looks near mint.
Oh, well, we could trade.
Perhaps we should investigate some of the other abandoned buildings, see if they all look similar. But different ones. Not the same one at the same time.
I thought you were suggesting...
I won't tolerate it.
I thought you were suggesting some sort of truce, and I would never do that. Never!
Neither would I.
Never.
I don't even want to.
Don't want to.
Me neither.
I don't want a truce.
I'm not even attracted to you.
All right. Each of you make another Nazers roll. You can roll 3. You can roll 2 because now you know what you're looking for. We'll give you each an
I can
extra
roll 2?
die. Yeah, you can roll 2. You can roll 3. You want to roll under your number?
3 successes.
3 successes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would like to re-roll my 6.
You're okay.
I would like to spend a table re-roll.
I disagree.
It's a 6 again.
It's a 6 again.
Damn.
You're
You're-
acing.
Fine. Just one success.
1 success, and you had 3 successes.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna say that you two are off searching those other houses. You will search at a 3 success level. You'll search at a 1 success, and we'll come back to that in a second. But you are sitting down with this cowboy bull who pulls out a deck of cards and he says, "Nice to meet you, folks. Call me T-Bone."
Sheriff T-Bone.
Yes, that's right, Sheriff T-Bone. That's what I meant.
My name's Alfalfa Sprouts, man. Call me Doc.
Call you Doc Alfalfa Sprouts.
My father's name was Alfalfa Sprouts too, but they called him Alf.
Okay. Son of Alf. I got it.
My name's Dolly, but everyone also sometimes calls me Friendly Face, but that's a bit longer than my actual name, so they usually just call me Dolly.
All right, Dolly. Well, let's play a hand of poker. Now, do you have anything worth gambling?
Well, all I really have is this map.
Well, all a man really has of any worth is his reputation. Is that not right?
I don't know. Those glasses look pretty valuable.
And a bag of scalpels.
Oh, I mean,
Don't forget.
yeah.
You should bet those glasses against. And he sort of just like looks around and he starts like pulling open some drawers and he pulls out some like a bunch of papers and he one of them is like this sort of old like rolled up scroll and he's like here this poem I wrote about Levitating.
Well,
Oh,
I'm a
I sure
poet.
do hope I win both of them so I can use my glasses to read that poem.
So he's going to deal some cards to you.
Okay.
She's going to play on behalf of the
Yeah,
the
that
team.
seems fair. Even though I'm betting my glasses.
They're really kind of all of our glasses, right?
Well, you're right about that.
Just going to play it as an open hand for both of us. And you get to go first. You have a king, an ace, a 9, a 10, and an 8.
Wow.
See, with that we'll say, I think with the rules we've played by previously, if you've got the ace showing, you can chain out all 4 if you'd like, or 3 or 2 or 1.
Video poker rule stuff.
Yeah, video poker, exactly. I'm not doing much better over here with a jack, an 8, a 7, a 3, and a 5. In fact, I'm doing considerably worse already.
I feel like I should
We've like almost got it straight.
go with the 8, 9, 10, right? Get rid of that.
Keep the ace and the king.
Right. Yeah. So I'll get rid of those and keep the ace and the king.
Okay, and I guess I'm just gonna keep the jack and the 8 because that's all I can really do here. And pair of
Yeah.
Nice.
pair of jacks,
Uh-oh.
pair of full house.
Oh,
This guy's cheating.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
No way.
Wow.
No way is that statistically even possible.
that was
Well,
This bull.
that wasn't a decision I would have made, but fair is fair.
Well, thank you.
That was fun. Wasn't that fun?
Wait, play again. You can use these binoculars that I use every night to search for my lost sister Dot.
Okay.
You're gonna put your binoculars against my scroll in these glasses here. Well, that don't quite seem like a fair trade. I think I'll keep the glasses either way.
Well, all right. I don't like that, but but I reckon I've seen enough in my day. Perhaps that ain't the good Lord's plan for me to see no more.
Hang on, I should actually probably give me a chance to shuffle this up here a little bit. How's it going, folks? How's your steak?
Hey, Chad.
How's everybody doing?
Can you zoom in on me? No? Okay, never mind.
Just go closer to the camera.
Yeah.
He was going to tell you a secret.
Yeah.
But now he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take some Dom time to get to know Dom. Dom, tell us about your hopes and your dreams.
Only if Dom time gets unlocked.
Oh, okay.
Well.
If we get to Dom time, it'll be true Dom time, and we'll take some time to get to know Dom.
Yeah.
Time with Dom.
Trust me,
We'll
it's
be
going to be
interested.
upsetting.
Yeah.
You know what I know.
Okay, 3, king,
wish you never met
king, 3, ace. Oh my god! I just
Wow.
dealt you a 2 pair. Okay, that
the
was
ace.
intimidating.
Get rid of everything else.
10, 9, 2, 6, 6. Pair of 6s for me, and kings and 3s for you. Wow.
Well, America's not really a land of kings, is it?
I mean, I'll.
Yeah, get rid of
How
it.
would you even be able to make a relevant joke, blind old man?
Well, I guess I'm
Well,
going
I'm
to
going off what I heard.
stick with the pair of 6s.
Not what you saw.
10, 5,
Game
and
over.
2. That is game over. Regardless of what happens here, it's a 4 just for the record. But 2 pair beats nothing. Beats 1 pair. So yeah, that means you keep your binoculars, and you can have the scroll, and I'll keep these here glasses, and everybody's happy.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
that was
Well,
so
that works
much
out.
fun.
Now, oh, never mind. I don't feel like making a ruckus.
You enjoy my wonderful work, levitation.
I will. I'll just have to look it over.
Yeah, and you give that thing a read, and how much do you read? Well, you make maps, so you're pretty literate. Yeah.
Well, I'll read pretty darn well. But take a nope.
I don't think I read as well as he does, though. I'm definitely slow.
You don't have glasses, where you're
Glasses
kind of
anymore.
reaching around with your hooves.
Thank
Hey,
you.
oh, thank you for the raid.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you. Shields up and check.
Thank you, everybody. We only have 1 tier left. It is the nay tier, and then we hit Dom time, where apparently at least one of our tiers, perhaps the first one, will be actual time to get to know Dom. What are his hopes, his dreams, his fears?
And while everyone sings that song.
Yeah.
It's bear time tonight.
Yeah.
That's
Bear
true.
time.
It's definitely bear
But
time.
we'll spend a little bit of bear time on some Dom time.
That's right. We'll barely use any of it.
That's the kind of high-quality wordplay we're known for here in Saving Throw.
Yeah.
Horses.
We are all professionals. So yeah, you have this scroll and you look it over, and you definitely can read that the word on top says levitation. Jenny GTV, thank you for the sub.
you.
Thank you, Jenny.
And you can definitely see that word is not. Oh, sorry, it wasn't levitation. T-Bone's illiterate. It actually says teleportation on it. And it's got a bunch of
That's the one that you
kind of
wanted.
weird, archaic-looking words that you just don't recognize.
Oh, this is a neat thing that we won here. It says actually teleportation.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I won these neat binoculars.
Yeah, you did.
These
Wasn't
are
that
just like
fun?
the ones I
That's
used
right.
to look for my sister every night.
I sort of did the opposite of that.
I'm a very generous man. Now, so, RPG Clyde sends one reroll to Dom.
Oh,
Yay!
thank you.
Dom looks pretty good.
Dom time indeed.
He's never looked better. Can't wait to get to know him.
This feels like a Shadowrun character.
I'm a unicorn cowboy.
Like first edition Shadowrun.
I'm going to hack your matrix.
And
In other words.
while that is playing out and you are studying your teleportation scroll, you two are searching these houses. You rolled a 3, you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
You go through the houses and you start noticing that it's like, yeah, they all look like people were leaving in a hurry. In fact, with 3 successes, you would say that you do some tracking, you follow some tracks. You think that maybe there was somebody kind of pushing people out in a hurry. Maybe this evacuation was somewhat less than voluntary. Is the feeling you definitely get. And the thing that seems particularly, with 3 successes, seems particularly weird to you is those tracks that sort of correspond with the people who were kind of maybe pushing the people out of town. They kind of look like horse tracks, maybe. You are searching through the houses, and you find a lot of houses where you see stuff knocked over. You're not quite doing as well drawing conclusions as he is. You're having trouble focusing. Yeah,
I'm always looking for parts and
yes,
bits and pieces.
right. Keeping invested in this particular mystery is not really your thing. You're more thinking at your own big scientific level.
Right.
And you walk into one particular house, and I'll say, and sitting in there on the couch, there is a man in a very sharp-looking suit.
Human man?
Yeah, we'll say he's a human man. And he sits back on a couch, and he sort of looks at you, and he's like, "How's it going, friend?"
Oh, well, just fine. And do you live here in this establishment? I was looking for survivors.
Oh, no, I don't exactly live here. I live a little bit everywhere.
A wanderer.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the kind of guy who could do that. I never remember the words to that.
I don't know that I know what that was.
It's
Your
the
music
Wanderer.
is strange to me.
No, the Wanderer, no.
I'm more of a classics man myself.
I like the classics, too. You know what? I kind of like you.
Really?
Yeah.
I was having the exact same sensation.
What's your name?
My name is Reginald Huffington III.
Reginald Huffington III. Reginald, my name is Chaos.
Oh, a pleasure. A delightful name. You may take my hoof.
Shake your hoof. Let me know if you need a favor, and I'll be happy to shake things up for you a little bit.
Oh, might I inquire as to what sort of favor? What level of aid might I call upon?
Whatever your heart desires.
Whatever my heart desires.
Yeah,
Well, we'll most certainly keep that in mind.
Consider me at your disposal to do your bidding one time.
Just the once.
Just once.
Well, that's very kind of you.
That is my overwhelming characteristic, kindness.
I can read that. I've always been a very good judge of character.
I can tell. And you let me know when you need me, and you have a great day.
I will. You do the same. I'm just going to get my cart and until next time.
And he waves, and on that we'll say he sort of disappears into a little puff of smoke and just drifts out the window. And otherwise, yeah, you head off to go find your buddy. You are finishing up in the poker game, and you all hear overhead the sound of wings flapping.
They're checking on us.
No, we found him. That's the penguin we were looking for.
Oh!
Actually,
Roll credits.
swooping down from the
I
sky
believe that's some sort of eagle. Oh, no.
is one of the messenger penguins who looks around at you curiously. Wah, wah, wah.
Hello.
Well, wop yourself.
So Agent Penguin sent me to find out if you made any progress. Have you made any progress? Do you know where the lost agent is?
Well, we don't know that yet, but we did make it to this town, and we've learned that maybe everyone left.
Well, it looks like I found some evidence that maybe they, my voice, I don't know, maybe they were forced out by somebody else.
Huh.
Did you find anybody else in the town?
All we
Not
found
a
was
single soul, unfortunately.
we
Well-
found a young, trustworthy sheriff.
Wait,
And
what's that?
I won teleportation.
I'm sorry, you met who?
I mean, we could wait for the sheriff's posse to get here. He has a gang, apparently, of folks that back him up on his quest for truth and justice.
Oh, that would be useful. Then we could all divvy up the labor of looking for the missing penguin agent.
Wait,
Although,
sheriffs don't have posses.
I didn't want to say it, but there might have been a little buffoonery around him what he was doing. The darn fool locked himself in the jail.
Okay. I will let Agent Penguin know all of that.
Cool.
Oh,
But for now, I have some messages for you.
oh,
Oh,
for us?
For you, the Pony Express. So the first message is from Percy Pope.
Hey.
Hello. And who says, friendship is magic, y'all.
Yay!
It is. It is.
With the My Little Pony references. BSB Care 1 says, to coconut rum, triple sec, and carrier pigeons.
That's me.
That's
My
right.
last name is Pridgeon.
And his drink of choice, how did you know?
Yeah, if you ever see Jordan, just
Buy him a Malibu coconut rum and triple sec shot.
Oh boy.
His
Yeah,
favorite.
he loves them.
Buy him 6.
And Tyler Boyce
Have to drink 'em.
says, it's been a while since you left St. Joe, and I still tell myself you got to feel the same way. I'll get a letter very soon, I know, so I call in each day and ask about the relay.
Yes, well, best of luck to you, young sir.
Is that a song?
It sounds like a song lyric. Rick, could we find out what the
The
lyrics from?
song is called Blame It on the Pony Express.
Oh! All right.
Got it.
Well
I do
done.
hope the young man finds what he's looking for.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find that. After
I've
this
never
and see what
been
that
to
sounds
St.
like.
Joe.
Sip hospital.
And Chaos says, these dreams that this party subjects me to are getting weirder and weirder. First, this whole college drama, now horses. Yeah, this one, yeah, the horse, yeah. Thank you, Chaos.
I actually had a quick lore question.
Yeah,
So we're ponies,
Yeah.
which aren't
horses.
but like ponies are a smaller breed of horse, right?
Pony Express is just like a brand name.
Okay, because I was
Because
wondering
it
if
was
we were
founded
like.
by H. Pony.
You're right.
Did you miss our
No, I
dramatic
got that.
backstory?
But I was wondering if we were like breed wise, we were like ponies. but
No.
small.
No.
Because that would make us like the hobbits
Yeah.
to the horses.
No,
humans.
your horses. Pony Express is just like, it was a catchy trade name. Horse
It's like-
Express.
got
just
it.
The same way.
Ketchup
Yeah.
or Kleenex.
Yeah.
And PFW
Band-Aid.
Scott says,
horses?
I'm watching the VOD right now since I was late, but since you're still going, thank you, PFW Scott. We know there's a PFW Scott roaming the desert.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes,
Somewhere.
we saw the tracks
Somewhere out
before. And Outsider says, stay gold, pony boy, stay gold.
I get that.
Uh,
I understand that
yeah,
reference.
I can understand that. Thank you. Thank you,
What did
Outsider.
we say about Avengers?
And thank you, everybody. We're not talking about Avengers or Game of Thrones or anything. We're a spoiler-free zone.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But not the outsiders.
Thank you, everybody. And on that, the Carrier Penguin says, you just keep up the good-ish work. And it just runs away and spreads his Carrier
You
Penguin
do.
wings and
Wow.
flaps
Bye-bye
his
now.
wings and just disappears
He thinks we're doing good.
Just as a reaction to seeing him fly away, my wings flap a little bit. And I'm just like, oh, not now, boys. I don't know if you've got it in you.
That's right. You've got the wings.
So sad.
I know, we didn't add wings to my costume.
I like
Could you
the-
imagine they look like a little shriveled potato wing?
And I like the fact that they seem to have a mind of their own.
Well,
It's like tail.
they flew their miles back in their day.
So yeah, you have got the levitation spell now, and you've got your favor from chaos, and you've got your wings, and you've got your horn, and you've got your
Explosive rock.
your explosive rock. T-Bone is just sitting around, and he's dealing out cards for everybody, trying to get you all to gamble all the stuff you have.
You could gamble that off, Salt.
My what? Oh, my ghost rock?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I named it. After I didn't like double gold, I was like, why don't I just call this rock Ghost Rock?
I like off salt because it's like salt but doesn't have the salt taste, so the salt is turned off.
What about ghost salt?
You know, I like you guys. Once my gang gets here, and my posse gets here, and we go through the rest of this town looking for clues, I think I'll cut you all in.
May I
On the
examine your
clues.
shoulder width?
My what?
What?
The width of your shoulders from
The
one to
width
the
of
other.
my shoulders.
Just while you play.
He says that all the time. It just means he likes you.
Yeah, it's a weird way of him saying
I
he
promise
likes
it
you.
won't be in the least bit disturbing.
Reginald, don't be weird. What are you doing?
I'm just meeting our new friend.
All right.
Make a bowling's roll. You want to roll over your number. Your number,
Is
Reginald,
5.
is 5. You can roll. You probably do weird stuff like this a lot.
From time to time.
You can roll 2.
Hey, friends, did Reginald secretly become a serial killer? When we weren't looking?
Double ones.
Double ones. Bowling's test. You want to roll over
Right.
your number.
Very
so
bad.
that-
Very
very
bad.
bad.
The worst I
fail.
could do.
You're like, I would prefer
This is
if you
a
did
fail.
not measure my anything. By the way, Jenny GTV gives a reroll to Dom.
Hey!
Thank you.
Jenny.
Well, then the scientific organization to which I belong requests that I honor that wish.
Can I? Can I do it?
No.
Now that you've said no to both of them, how about me?
No.
Well, I don't want to
Lopingworth! You can't!
Well, I don't
I'll
want
put
to
you
be
out
a
of
Johnny
business
come
yet.
lately, but I am a medical doctor.
Do any of you have a gun?
Yes.
Why would I
do.
need a gun if I have a horn?
If I go to a party and I'm dueled, I must answer. So I must have a gun at all times in case I'm at a party.
Is that something I need? Is that something that's common?
No, you'll never be invited to one of those parties.
Well, I don't have.
I mean, we don't call
fingers
you
to pull a
friendly
gun
face for
trigger.
All
nothing.
right, I think you should give me that gun.
Oh.
What? Why would I give you my gun?
Because I'm the
Lopingworth.
sheriff.
He's the sheriff.
Yeah, listen to your
He
friend.
is the
Is there any
sheriff.
proof that he's the sheriff?
Well,
He
we're
told
looking-
us.
we're
Well,
looking
why
for
would
the-
I say I'm the
badge.
sheriff if that weren't true?
Right? He was in the jail.
If
He
he
was in the
sheriff,
jail, and
how
he
would
lost
had
his badge.
access to put himself into the jail and lock it.
Only a sheriff would do that.
That's right. So give me that gun.
Lopingworth, give
the-
him your gun in another room.
The logic seems flawed, but since I don't have an answer, I think it's
T-Bone sort of
perfect.
stands up and like looms over you and is like, "Give me the gun."
All right, yes, I'm cowardly. Here you go.
He takes the gun and is like, "Okay." Well,
I feel better having an armed sheriff.
Right?
Uh-huh.
This earlier I found myself a bit on edge, yes.
Well, I reckon we better go on our way, find out where the other inhabitants went.
Oh, right, yes, we were doing a thing before we sat down to play cards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go do
sorry we
that.
yes,
can't
oh,
wait
sorry.
for your posse to show up, but we got a job to do.
How the time does fly.
uh,
Bye.
now, wait a minute. Nobody's going nowhere.
Oh, no,
Right.
we were just going to go not too far, just following the tracks of the migrating cowfolk.
Heart of handprints. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, don't point the gun at us. We're not criminals. It's all right.
No, nobody's going nowhere. And he, kind
You're
of
gesturing with the gun, but it might be easier to gesture with your cloven hoof.
What?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm a bull. He's awkwardly holding the gun, but somehow can work
It's
it.
designed.
They've
for
been
horses.
modified
For
for
horses, yeah.
hooves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I thought they work with your mouth. That's what I was picturing.
Nope, they're modified for hooves.
I
You
mean,
have to be
nobody.
able to threaten as you point.
nobody's going nowhere until my posse gets here and finishes cleaning out the town. I don't want anybody drawing any excess attention or other law enforcement agents who might,
Law
compete
enforcement.
with me
Sheriff.
for clues.
I did find one leg.
Found a leg.
It was a tail.
What?
It was a tail.
It was a tail, you idiot.
Yeah, you found a tail. Yeah, and he looks at it like that
Oh,
definitely.
it's a cow tail.
Yes, that's
Well,
a tail.
I don't know my way around a cow very well.
I'm only a country doctor, but I know a tail from a leg when I see one.
Yes, Reginald's
Really?
not
If
very
you
good.
look at
Calling
this one
a
right
tail a leg
Mixing
doesn't.
up a tail with a leg. Wow, that's a day one mistake.
That's right. I think he should be discredited as a scientist. What do you all think?
Clockingworth.
I do agree with you, Frank.
Oh, the sheriff agreed. That makes it official.
He has no seat on the official board. He cannot make such a pronouncement. Cloppingworth.
Oh, so you don't know a tail from a leg, but you know the laws of
A
science.
cowtail, Cloppingworth, you cad.
He's right. It's much more difficult to tell a cow tail from a leg.
But you
Thank
just
you, Doctor.
said that. Wait, from a
take-
horse's
But he
leg?
doesn't know that. That's what I'm saying.
From any sort of leg.
Oh my God! All right, just everybody be quiet.
Now, there
Sit
you
down.
go, gesturing with the gun again. It's
Sheriff,
just not
you're doing
safe.
your job wrong.
You know what? Why don't all of you just get inside that cell there?
It does look there is more room to sit down.
Probably is safer in the cell.
Yeah, it's very safe in the cell.
Well, that's very okay. Yeah, that's very.
I turn into a YouTube libertarian. It's like, officer, am I being detained? Am I being detained? No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
No, you're not being detained. I just want you locked up in this cell.
All right. Yeah.
Just lock
Well.
us up in the cell.
Yeah, get in there.
Now, Sheriff, I am the diplomat of the group, so I feel like there should be another way out of the situation. Can we just talk about it? Possibly also roll dice?
Cloppingworth, respect the law. My God, I'll get in the cell.
Well,
Like a proper horse, Cloppingworth. Here I go.
like a turn?
Sure, you can roll this. What do you want to do?
Listen, I will give you this giant piece of ghost rock. You let us all walk. It's worth billions of what's money for horses? What's that called? Oats? It's billions of
Money.
oats. Yeah.
Oh, it's not as worth as much as integrity.
You gonna give
Worth a
me?
lot more.
You gonna give me this here giant explosive rock? What do I have to do?
Let us walk free.
Huh?
Come on, we're useless horses. At least Reginald is, and we're sort of half useless.
Cloppingworth, get in the cell.
You idiot!
He starts looking at the rock. Why don't you make a fallings roll?
Okay.
You're a diplomat. You can roll 3. You want
Okay.
to roll over your number. Your number is 3.
Here we go. I got 3 successes.
Wow.
And 2 of those are 6s.
You know,
I
Yeah,
aced
you
it.
can keep rolling.
I do believe I will take your deal.
God damn.
So I get to keep this rock,
Yeah, there you
and
go.
you just don't want to go in the cell.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't reckon you could negotiate for my glasses. You know what? That's no good to get greedy.
Should have said it before he made the deal, Goofus. I would have done it.
Oh, well, I didn't want to interrupt.
We could have gone into the safe, protected cell for free, but now you've forced us out into the hostile streets and lost your ghost rock.
You want me to sit in that cramped cell with the likes of 4 of you?
Carl, what should we do?
I'd sooner die.
T-Bone just starts like opening up the lid of the ghost rock, and he like takes it out, and it's just kind of biting on the end of it. He's like,
It's
"What is
not
this?"
salt. I've done tried that one.
Oh,
Let me think. Well, I guess as the leader of the Pony Express, I think we should continue our job and try and find the missing penguin.
Fine. For just a moment, I thought you were going to say go back into the cell. Be like,
I mean, we were offered the cell. It makes the most sense to go in there.
Thank you.
But as duly,
Penguin. Yeah, you rolled 3 successes. That's a success with style. You know, I did see a penguin come through town here a couple of days ago. He left with all them cows.
Oh.
Yeah, they all walked backwards straight out of town. It was the weirdest thing I ever seen.
I knew
It's
that's
not
what they did.
That unusual a way to walk.
Yeah, what? We
no,
talking
look,
about?
I can do it right now. And he moonwalks.
It looks so unnatural. Oh, no, your dice.
Yeah, I was accidentally
fancy
locked in
walk.
my cell, so I didn't quite see everything that was going on. But you know, them cows just I don't know. they seem to be getting out in a hurry. There's a lot of yelling and screaming and mooing, and yeah, there was a penguin. I heard him making a wah 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 sound. And,
It does sound like them, yeah.
Cow screaming, not fun to hear.
No, very scary.
You get used to it.
Very unsettling.
Well,
Anywho's.
Okay,
then we should follow those tracks, right? 'Cause that's where the.
Sure.
let's do it.
Do you
I
think
mean, there
we-
were other tracks that kind of went away. Remember?
Right.
you just make sure wherever you go, you leave a trail so that me and my posse can find you later and deal with y'all.
That
Thank you,
makes
Sheriff.
sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheriff.
I don't really know
Excellent.
how to move without leaving a trail.
Excellent, excellent.
But I'm just a simple country doctor.
We can drop scalpels along the way.
We'll leave a trail of scalpels.
Yes, we can just embed them in the
Okay.
dirt and the sand handle down.
You could go now.
All right. Don't forget to look for scalpels. We're leaving them.
Do you think we have to walk backwards as well? You think
could-
it's important?
It couldn't hurt.
Well, Dolly, you're the explorer. You tell us.
Well,
I mean,
I reckon if it's good for the
No.
goose, it's good for the gas.
She's the
Dolly,
explorer.
Dolly's the-
She's the explorer. Shut up,
I
Dolly.
mean, when in Rome is what I was going to say. You guys heard of Rome?
No, tell
I
us
don't know
about
what
Rome.
it is.
Oh,
But that's just a saying.
Well, I hope
So-
one day to find out.
Rome, Texas?
Maybe.
Athens, Texas.
Oh, please just go.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Athens, Missouri.
Oh, no, there's an Athens, Texas as well.
What about the Greek one?
You know, there's a
Carl, we'll
Paris.
compare notes when we get back
There's
to
a
the
Paris,
express.
Oklahoma, and a Miami.
oh, that one's gone.
This whole time we're walking backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And as you walk backwards out of town, you just see the the sheriff's station just explode.
Yep.
Well,
Huh.
guess it wasn't double gold after all.
I sure hope he finds us later.
We're still leaving those scalpels, right?
Maybe
Of course.
it was getting cold, you know? Light a fire.
That's
You've got to check those filters before you. Everyone forgets.
All right, and you follow the tracks, and the tracks lead out into the desert, and it leads towards that direction where you saw that smoke coming from earlier. I'm going to say, your walk is fairly uneventful until you eventually reach a train track in the desert.
Like a set of train tracks or just a single?
Oh, yeah, no, like a set of train tracks, like a track that a train runs along.
Oh, weren't you wanting to ride a train earlier?
I would, but I wouldn't get on in the middle of the road. I'd get on a station. It'd be ridiculous if a train pulled up here.
Well, that'd be fun. You could run alongside it and then jump on it.
Preposterous. I would
Yeah.
never.
There ain't no train faster than a speeding horse.
That's right. Wait, what?
That's
That's not
Are we
right.
that
completely
bad?
untrue.
That's not right. That's
No,
not right
in
at
no
all.
way.
There's
No
no
way.
reason
How
trains
many
exist.
how many horsepower does a train have? You don't know. I have 1 horsepower.
Well, I guess I can't argue
Hey!
against that.
Well,
I
I'd
do
say I
too.
got about 0.7 horsepower right now.
Oh, it's because of the wings.
0.5 because you can't see where you're going.
When you're right, you're right.
Well, we're all going backwards. It doesn't really matter.
We all
Yeah.
can't see where we're going.
Oh, so shall we wait for the train?
I guess.
Well, are the tracks still? We're still following the tracks, right?
Are we crossing them?
We don't see the smoke anymore, right?
Well, so you reach the track. No, you don't see the smoke anymore. The tracks, I'll say you've reached them. Do you want to follow the tracks, or do you want to?
Well, that's why I was trying to figure out if the tracks and the train tracks and the tracks we were following before are going the same direction.
Heretofore referred
Okay.
to as the track tracks.
Yes, the track tracks. The track tracks seem to lead up to the train tracks and then disappear, like as if.
They were loaded onto some sort of.
They got
Or these
Helicopter.
tracks are incendiary.
this.
Or the cows turn into trains.
Any one of these theories is equally valid until we test each hypothesis. Either they were loaded onto a train, they exploded into ash immediately upon contact with the tracks, or they stepped upon the tracks and were transmutated into trains.
Fourth option.
Fourth option.
The robot centaur came and ate them all.
Also a possibility they do travel by track.
Wait,
On the other hand, if this is where the tracks end, this could be where they are.
wait. If the robot centaur ate them, then Did they walk up to the tracks and then the robot centaur came over and just ate them one by one?
Well, yeah. If you saw Robot Centaur, would you not be curious?
Right. And he
I'm
would
always
stand there.
curious.
Weren't
That makes
they,
a lot of sense.
weren't they walking backwards? So he would have just stood there and opened his mouth, and they would have walked backwards.
You never
into it.
would have known.
Yeah.
I must hand it to Cloppingworth. That seems like the most obvious way that a robot centaur would eat, one at a time, a backwards walking herd of cows.
Well, thank you, Reginald. Ooh,
And
Don't let it go to your head.
I won't.
All right, which one is right?
well, you'll have to roll your number to find out that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, as you were sitting there arguing, you start hearing the sound of a train in the distance. It seems to be coming, let's say, they run parallel to the town, like from the south and headed like sort of towards you.
So we should all probably stand on the track so that it notices us and it stops.
Right.
If you would like to do that, you are more than welcome to try.
The big
I'm not going to tell you what to do.
The big question is, did the penguin turn into a train or get incinerated or eaten?
There's only
or
one way
get
to find
onto a
out.
train?
Cloppingworth, step on the tracks.
I'll be the first or second or fourth horse train. I don't know how many there are. Let's find out.
Or you might burst into flame.
I touch it.
If
You're
the
touching the
entire
train
group
tracks? Yeah.
just stood on the tracks and got hit by a train, we're all like, great, and we go home.
Looks good, Cloppingsworth. Oh,
There's nothing we don't roll with. So if that's what you want to do,
Maybe it requires all of us to stand together and hold hands. Go
Hold
over
on.
here.
Are you feeling like your body is wanting to burst into flames?
I mean, I feel like that all the time.
the train's getting closer. It's not moving
Can I
like crazy.
change
It's like
it?
an old West train. But
Cloppingworth,
it's
perhaps the change is very slow. Quick, stare at your feet.
Wait, let me try something.
I ain't superstitious.
Wait, let me
but
try this.
My father always told me
Okay, fine, you
that
go.
if you are going to spit on a chicken, expect to get your corn pecked. So maybe we should step off of this here train. Tracks.
I was like,
No, hold on. Cloppingworth is trying something. Cloppingworth, take your time. Everyone else, stand back just a touch.
Thank you, Reginald.
We're all
So you were
standing on
saying-
the tracks having this discussion.
You were all standing on the track. You are standing on the tracks.
Yes.
I am not standing on the
You are not
tracks.
standing on the
But
tracks.
I'm not
I
trying to
stepped off.
stop
You stepped
anyone from standing on the track.
You were standing on the tracks. We're going to call that a Follings roll. You are essentially attempting some sort of bizarre form of
I'm trying to transform
diplomacy
into a
with this
train.
train. Yeah.
Would you say you're
You
tempting
can
fate?
roll over your number. You're a diplomat, but this is a weird situation. Let's say you can roll 2. You want your number is 3. You want to roll over your number.
I would like to help him.
You want to help him by
Yes.
doing what?
I just want to be shouting encouraging words. I would like to keep him on the train track for as long as possible so that he has ample time to try and transform into a train.
How would diplomacy lead to the skills necessary to transform into a train?
You ask the tracks very nicely, obviously.
Yeah, that's teach me their
Such
secrets.
an
That's how the
American
trains
thing
get
to
made.
ask.
We
That
don't
is a
have fans.
Follings roll. You want to roll over your number. You can roll 2.
All right.
Your number is 5.
I would like to re-roll both.
Okay.
Or is
And
it
then
only one at a time?
you got to
You
use
can
2
use
to
two
reroll
rerolls.
both.
I would like to use 2 rerolls
Sure.
to reroll both. I got 1 success.
1 success. That's all it takes for help. So you can now roll 3.
Okay.
Gotta
Gotta go above 3.
Follings, you want to roll over your number. Your number is 3.
Okay.
Really give it time to feel.
All right.
This is an alien sensation, so you might not know.
Okay, I put all my hooves on all the tracks. I close my eyes,
Pretend you're a cow.
and I believe, and I say out loud, "Choo choo." I got 1 success.
1 success.
Should I re-roll and try to get more?
Yes, use the rest of the rerolls.
Success.
I barely
with that.
managed
You
it.
know what? I'm gonna make you re-roll your success.
My success?
Yeah, that's what my rerolls are for.
Oh,
Do I use
yo.
mine at the same time?
No, you just re-roll the one that succeeded.
Oh, but what about if I wanted to use a reroll?
Oh well, if you want to re-roll, then you can re-roll.
I say just reroll.
But do I do
the
yours
foul
first
ones.
or mine first?
Yours.
kinda
do
doesn't
his
matter.
first.
Okay, yours first. I really want to be a train. I got my number.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
actually-
a success.
And the high horse visits me. It's meant to happen.
So you still got 1 success, and now are you using another reroll?
Barely manage it, but see the high horse. I'm okay with this.
Okay, so yeah, the train, it's success with consequence. So the train comes like screeching to a halt. There's like sparks flying everywhere, and it like comes right up to you, and eventually it's like it just like. It's successful. It hits you and like sort of sends you flying, and you're like rolling through the dirt, like a tumbleweed.
Well, I sure hope his leg is okay, because
That's-
there's only one cure for a broken leg and a horse. And I ain't got my shotgun with me.
Perhaps we should go inspect.
Your legs are
So get out.
in a lot of pain, but not
Oh.
broken.
My legs hurt.
And the train is stopped. And you suddenly see those familiar smoke signals on the horizon of the High Horse. Hey man, it's the High Horse. Do you have a question? What's
Oh,
up, bro?
yeah. Oh, hi, horse. Hello.
Yo, hey.
My legs hurt.
Yeah, okay. That's
all
not a
right.
question.
You're right. Here's my question.
Uh-huh.
Does Reginald love me, though?
Does Reginald love you?
Maybe like deep down. I don't know. Reginald's a complicated person.
No, definitely not.
Oh, that's sad. I thought we could.
When someone says
Have
they're
a
a
truce.
complicated person, that means that they do not love you.
I thought maybe he loved me enough to believe that I could become a train, but I guess he didn't love me at all, so he wanted me to die in front of that train.
I think he was
instead.
just hoping you got hit by the train.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's what it
you
feels
didn't
like.
ask that question exactly.
That's
so I
right.
can't
You
say
should
for
have asked
sure.
that question.
High horse
Okay.
out, yo.
Yo, bye.
And the
Wait,
smoke-
I want some so I can not feel my
Smoke
legs
signal
anymore.
disappears.
My legs hurt.
Yeah, and you get back to your feet, and you find yourself standing in the desert next to the train tracks, and there's this stop train, and on the side of the train, I mean, it's stopped now, so, I'm not going to make anybody roll for this. You just, they're on every single train car.
Ready, if you need me.
There are 4 giant letters. It says G period L period U period E period.
Greater Louisianan
Uranium.
Underground
Oh, I like uranium.
Enterprises.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Glove.
That's not what that says. That says
Have you seen that word before?
it's the only word I can't see. It's like the size of a building.
And then you hear, "What in the hell are you doing?" And you see the engineer's compartment open, and this horse with that cowboy hat stick his head out. It's like, "Get off the tracks, you crazy idiot!
Sorry.
He is off the tracks now.
I
Now what?
know.
Stay off them!"
Now, what in tarnation is a horse driving a glue train?
Glue.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
different.
it's an acronym for the Greater Louisianan Underground Enterprise.
Glove.
Yes, Carl. God.
That ain't what it means. That ain't what it means.
Just stay away from the track.
You figured they'd want me to stay on the track because, the glue truck.
Have you seen a penguin?
Oh, right, that thing.
Penguin? What's a penguin?
Oh, right.
It goes like
Yeah.
this, and it goes
Wah.
wah, 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 wah.
It's black and white. And
A little bit like this. And I flap my wings and try to fly just a tiny amount and say wop wop as I'm doing it.
Roll d6.
Okay. Come on, flying.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, that works. And you sort of take off a bit. Oh, yeah. You would like a black and white thing.
Yeah,
with a
that's the
little-
fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I ain't seen nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
all right. Yeah.
Hey, where's this train going?
It seemed at first that he had.
I can't tell you that.
Okay, can we hitch a ride?
No,
Please?
absolutely not.
Well, you did kind of hit me with the train, so I could sue if you don't.
You were standing in the middle of the track.
Yeah,
I
but-
hardly had a choice.
It's 5 against 1. You'd probably lose.
Okay, you
I
know
saw
what?
all of it.
Roll a fallings roll. You want you're trying to talk him into something. You're a diplomat. You can roll 3. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 3.
And roll how many?
3.
3.
You're a diplomat doing diplomacy.
3 over 3. I got 2 successes.
Including your
Oh,
number.
yeah, and my number. High horse, yes.
So that's 3
You're
successes.
the only one talking to the high horse.
Yeah.
Makes me think.
That's very
He's
strange.
your spirit guide.
How have none of us rolled our numbers?
That's very strange.
All right. Well, where are you going?
Wherever you want to take us, we just don't want to be in the middle of the desert.
You don't want to be in the middle of the desert. All right, I can maybe give you a lift back up towards Kalmu over there. And then let you out again.
Camel kind of sucks. Let's go somewhere else.
Wait, did you did you pick up like some cows earlier that might have been like coming in backwards?
That is none of your business.
Oh,
Well, that's actually our business directly.
Yes.
What?
And
What is
while you're
that
talking
voice?
about, you see the high horse's smoke signals appear. He's like, "Hey, what's up again, friend? It's just me and you, huh?"
Yeah, nobody else wants to hang out.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think you're
Is
a fool.
Cloppenworth always speaking?
I don't know.
My real friend.
You got any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. You see this train here?
Yeah.
What's the deal with what was inside this? Where's this train going? I couldn't figure out which one. I feel like answering any of those. Go ahead. If you want to be nice
the
about
train is going.
it. Oh, that's great.
Wait, I'm not cowboy. I'm the high horse. Yeah, dude. The train is going to the high. The train is going to the glue factory.
Oh, the glue factory.
Yeah.
Devious.
In Greater Louisiana.
Louisiana and Underground Enterprise. Yeah.
That's probably wrong. That's okay. Thank you, High Horse.
High horse out.
All right.
That's not a
Collinsworth, you're
cowboy.
embarrassing me.
What are you talking about?
All right.
We're talking to this guy in the train, and you're like out saying, "Oh, thank you."
That's not what I sound like. How
can't-
dare you?
I can't take y'all where I'm going, but I do feel bad for hitting you. You're right. I don't want to get sued. So you all can ride along on the back there, and just make sure you hop off somewhere when you're ready to get off. Because you can't come where I'm coming.
To make it worth Cloppenworth's while, since you did strike him with your train, could you at least take him to where you're going?
Him?
I feel like that's only fair and even.
I mean, why would I want to do that?
Well, he's never seen one of those, and he might like it all.
Why don't you
some
make
sort
a
of-
Fullings roll? You are not a diplomat. You
No, not even in the slightest.
Yeah, you're a neurotic scientist. You can roll. You can roll one. You want to roll over your number. Your number's 5.
I rolled a 6.
Whoa!
Whoa! It's like you called it. You were like,
Success with consequence.
Ace.
Jordan Aces.
Yeah.
You just want me to take your friend here.
It's the least you could do.
Okay, I'll take your friend where I'm going.
Eat it, Reginald. I'm doing something you can't do.
Oh, you win this time, Cloppenworth.
Yes, I do.
Y'all go ride on the back, and the 4 you got to jump off when you get where you're going, and you can go the whole way, I guess.
I don't reckon we ever really know where we're going until we're there, do we?
We're going to look for the penguin.
Especially since I have a difficult time seeing anywhere.
Just get back there.
Yeah, we get it.
All
we
right,
get it.
let's get on this train.
The man is on a tight schedule, everyone.
So he slams the door and starts up the train, and it starts moving real slow. And then, as it gets to the back, it's got one of those back with like little stairs on it. And, it's moving slow enough.
This train is massive to fit all these horses.
Yeah. It's a train horse, So it's going slow enough. It won't make you roll. You all just get on the back of the train, and it starts pulling its way through the desert. And it goes past Kalmu, and you can tell that you're going back in the way that smoke signal was going earlier. I'm gonna, do you jump off the train at any point, or are you? What are you doing here?
Dolly will probably know where places are.
If I've been there, but I would. I think we'd be looking for either some kind of sign that the cows went this way, or the penguin maybe could have gone this way, something like that, or maybe at least another town.
Make a roll. Let's say it's a Nazer's roll. So you want to roll under your number. Your number, Dolly, is 2, but you are an explorer, so you can roll 3 because looking around and taking in details of the stuff is what you do.
Okay.
Can I support by,
Yeah, absolutely.
by using?
Oh, you got your binoculars.
I got my binoculars.
Sure.
and
So you roll first. Make a Nazer's roll. You also are. You can roll 3 because you
Think
use
of
your
it
binoculars
from-
a lot.
A falcon's eyes can see just as far as those binoculars attached to your face. Wouldn't you like to have falcon's eyes?
Wouldn't
Carl?
those be a bit small in his head, though?
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
aren't
only one
birds-
way to find out, Dolly.
Well, that is a good point.
I accidentally popped a man's eye like a grape once.
Carl,
With a scalpel.
Carl, you can roll 3. It's Nazer's. You want to roll under your number. Your number is 2.
It's cocked.
That is no successes. One
This was
success.
cocked. No successes.
No successes. So
Wow.
You got those turned around backwards, I think.
you can roll 3.
My own eyes!
My eyes.
Wow, I got 2 6s and a 5. Nope, and nope.
2 6s and a 5.
You know what? I'll
here.
try to re-roll it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Reroll
I'll
one.
re-roll.
You can reroll one.
Look at all those coins
6.
you got.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks, chat.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Success with consequence. You're studying the ground behind the train pretty closely. as the train is moving. You know, you're surveying the landscape, and as you are going by, you see on the ground a little ripped swath of material, and as it goes by, you're pretty sure you catch the carrier penguin logo on it.
Okay. Did y'all see that?
I surely didn't.
What? And Carl kind of goes after it and just kind of like falls off the train.
No, he's got
It's
the
like
right
he's just
idea.
going after
Yeah,
it.
and you just fall off the train, and
Yeah.
if you say you do that, I'm not even gonna make you roll. It's just like you tumble right off. You are on the ground next to that swath.
Carl is our leader, so I would like to follow him, but I'm going to have to pull my my mobile science lab with me.
Okay, so you're diving off the train also.
It was
destroyed
what
it.
Carl did.
Okay.
I will also jump off.
Oh wow. Yeah, everybody.
No.
You're staying up.
He's got a
tour to go
VIP
to.
trip.
I heard the
Can
trip
I,
to the
can I
group.
roll to see if I notice them falling off?
Sure. We'll call that a Nazer's roll.
I'd like
You want to roll under your number. Your number, Doc, is a 4. It's just like a passable. You say you can roll 2.
Okay.
I'd like to
Are you in the
hin-
midst of a
I'd
story?
like to hinder him from
I'm
doing
always
this.
in the
Yeah, there is no hinder. There's only help.
Okay.
But I respect your intentions.
Nope.
You ace.
I rolled
Wow.
double 6. I had to roll under it, right?
You have to roll under. Yeah.
Well, I rolled 2 6s.
Do you want to use any reroll?
Nope.
So yeah,
Yes.
you do not notice them fall off the train, and you do not get off the train. So you two are on the train as it just rolls off the track. You hit the ground, and you two hit the ground, and you see the train disappearing off into the distance with Doc and Cloppingworth on the back,
That'll be fine.
and the three of you can see off in the first. I'll say, yeah, you pick up this swath of ripped material that clearly does have the Carrier Penguin logo on it. In fact, it looks like it comes off of the exact same kind of uniform that Agent Penguin was wearing when you met him earlier.
This
It's Agent Penguin.
Oh, you think so? You think something happened to him?
It's entirely as likely a possibility as that we have found a sign of the other penguin.
Oh.
Oh, that's also a good point. Well,
But both are equally likely.
Is there anything else in the area? Like, if we look around a bit, can we see any other tracks or anything?
There's just the train tracks.
What do your augmented eyes tell you, Carl?
But I will say, at this point, it's like as you see the train disappear off in the distance, you can see that there is a very large building of some kind to where the train is clearly headed. And the train is disappearing. It's a little bit of a walk for you now, but you can see it.
Okay.
y'all see that building over there?
Yeah.
Yes.
You mean the one that's like right in front of us?
Do you think the greater Louisiana and would you say
Underground enterprise.
You think they need penguins, maybe?
Possibly. There's only one way to find out.
Right.
Man, I wish Doc were here.
Yeah, speaking of which, Doc.
Oh, right.
Doc and Cloppingworth, you are on the train, and the train just starts pulling up to a very large facility that has the letters G period, L period, U period, E period stenciled on the outside of it.
Big enough that I can see it, so.
Yeah, big enough that you can see it even without your glasses. You
Doc.
can't see a lot, but you can see that because the letters are so big.
Doc, I know you
the
lost
importance of advertising.
you lost your spectacles, but I got half a spectacle. You could have it if you want.
You have a spectacle?
I have a monocle.
He does.
Oh, boy!
You're giving him your monocle?
Yeah, I mean, you're my only friend because everybody else left us.
Careful.
Yeah.
The monocle is very fancy.
I reckon as for what I'm a horse, and I have one eye on either side of my head, having a monocle will at least take half the world and look good.
I could take a scalpel and get rid of the other one.
Get kind of gapey. No, there won't be no necessary need for that.
You said you could pop it. Scalpel.
No, that was an accident, and I don't want to relive it.
And as you get closer, the gates of this glue factory open, and the train goes in, and it starts pulling to a halt. And as it pulls to a halt, two horses walk up to the back of the train. Look at you.
Hello, we're ready for our tour.
Your tour.
Yeah, that's right. We're here for our tour.
Now,
We promised a tour.
that ain't the truth. We're here looking for found ourselves a carrot penguin.
What the?
Oh, you're looking for a penguin, huh?
What the buck? Doc Sprouts, what are you doing? What are you doing?
There ain't no use in deception.
Why don't you come with me and I'll take you to your penguin buddy.
Oh. All right. Lead the way.
I don't know. Can I want to see if I trust him.
Doc,
Okay,
he said he would take you to his penguin
I
buddy.
can't see their face, so I have to analyze their voice.
Well, you've got you have
You're right. I can see one of their faces.
You've got make a nature's roll.
Okay.
You want to roll? Well, actually,
Like
what do we call this? Well, yeah, let's call this a nature's roll. You want to roll under your number. You are a doctor.
Yes.
Curious doctor. Your number is 4. You're a nature's character. You can roll 2. We'll say that
Seems fair.
you're observant. You're a bit of a student of human nature. You're a doctor.
2 successes. Oh, and what is my number?
Oh, 2 successes. One of your number.
Oh.
My number's 4, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You've done
So
it.
absolutely, 2 successes. You know, you look at this guy and it's like he does seem to, you know, you don't sense that he's lying about taking you to your penguin buddy, but he definitely looks like he's got ill intent all over his face. His big long horsey face, and and as you were doing that, you out a window you see the smoke signals of the high horse, who's like, "Hey man, what's up, high horse? Here, you got a question."
Well, what's up is quite a big question myself.
He goes into a quick story about what's up,
Rhetorical,
which we won't hear here,
yeah.
but he says it.
He's like, well, since I do got to bend your ear for a moment, how's my rutabaga doing up in horsey heaven?
How's your rutabaga doing up in horsey heaven? Well, she's all right. She had a little trouble making the adjustment. Having can be a little boring.
Oh, sure, and she had her vices in her day. I won't deny
Well,
that.
she's glad she stuck around.
Yeah.
It's a glue joke.
Remember?
Because
She's a jar of glue now.
she's a jar.
Garav puns. Let us know what you think in chat.
It's very dark.
Hashtag Garage Puns, let us know what you think in chat.
Don't do that. I can't take it.
Yeah, so that's how she's doing. High horse. Oh no, I'm not southern. High horse out, man. Yo.
Well, that was a mighty fine interaction.
All right, well, come on, let's go. And those 2 horses sort of start pushing you along. It's like, let's go this way.
Whoa,
Take
whoa.
you to your penguin friend.
I don't... Clappingworth.
Yes.
I don't now. I may only be a simple country doctor, but I don't really trust these factory folk.
Okay, come on, let's go.
I don't
Let's
trust
move.
him either, but I'm too cowardly to disagree now.
Let's move.
Why don't you hop on my back and we'll see if we can get out of here.
I'm sorry? What? You want me to hop on your back?
Let's go.
All right, here I go.
The horse pulls out like a baton. He's like, just move. Just get down the hallway.
I want to try and make an exit through a skylight by flying away.
Okay. You've got to make a flying roll.
Yes.
I want to help him by jumping on.
Probably hinders.
No.
This
Friendship.
by jumping on. Okay, you're gonna have to make a separate roll to hang on.
No,
But
use
like
tails.
first you make your flying roll. Just roll 1d6.
Okay.
The way it works, 1 or 2 you fly, 3 or 4 you crash and burn, 5 or 6 you can fly, but very unsteadily.
Okay. Really, flavor-wise, should be a 5 or a 6. It's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay, now you have to make a bowling's roll to hold on.
Okay.
You're a cowardly diplomat.
I'm afraid of the situation. I have
yeah.
to leave.
I imagine you're
You
standing
can
on my back.
roll-
Yeah.
You can roll 2. You
Okay.
want to roll over your number. Your number is 3.
I got 2 4s.
Yeah,
2
so
successes.
you get your arms around his
Woo.
neck as he starts flapping his wings and awkwardly taking off, and those 2
Woo.
horses start like swatting at you with their batons, and they're like, "Somebody sound the alarm!" And you hear like this bell start to ring. Meanwhile, the 3 of you are finally reaching the gates, and as you reach the gates, you start to hear this really loud bell ringing from inside, and you see these guards, like these horse guards who are guarding the front gates, start to look real alarmed, and like they start looking back in the facility, and they start whispering amongst themselves. You're at a safe distance. You haven't been spotted yet. You can see them. They don't know you're there.
Oh my, it seems like something violent might be about to occur.
Well, that seems bad.
Yes.
Now I'm wondering why I fell off that train.
Well, there was a patch,
Uh-huh.
and I got to draw my map, and on the way here, I got to read this neat thing a little bit more, and it seems interesting. I want to try to basically sound out the teleportation or whatever the spell is.
Okay, with the goal of what? Getting yourselves inside?
I think
Getting
that
onto my back and making a horse stack.
Yes.
my thought process is that she has
Horse-tron.
no idea what that is, and she's just reading it out loud. And I'm assuming this is the kind of spell that happens once you read it. So my goal is that it will be helpful and it'll teleport us inside, but she has no idea that's what she's doing.
Gotcha. So let's call that a Nazer's roll.
Okay.
You're an explorer, and you're the kind of person who makes maps and stuff like that. You're probably pretty smart. Let's say you don't. Oh, thank you for the sub.
Thank you.
Thanks, crazy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You don't know this language, but let's say you are used to encountering languages you don't know as an explorer. So let's say you can roll 2.
Okay.
It's Nazer's. You want to roll under your number. Your number, Dolly, is 2.
Nah. 5 and a 3. Okay, I'll use one of those rerolls and I'll reroll a 5. It's a 4.
4.
Use another reroll.
Yeah, I will. Okay, one more.
Use both of them to hedge your bets.
I got a 4 again.
Okay.
Keeps on foreign.
Yeah.
That's a failure. So you try and sound all that stuff out, and yeah, it's a little bit of a backfire. You read it, and all of a sudden, the three of you are in, just like this sort of orb of light appears around you, and you vanish.
Oh.
And then suddenly you reappear just dead in midair in the center of this factory, plummeting towards the ground.
This, by the way, is entirely in keeping with Wildcards canon because she totally teleported me under the foot of a giant spider once.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
Completely unintentional.
This is very par for the course.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We're falling.
Okay.
And
Wait,
yeah,
do I see them fall?
I will.
Do you
say
see anything?
Yes. You see this orb suddenly appear, and then suddenly your friends dropping.
Can't see that well. But can I
You have one, Mono.
fly under it? You're right. So I can see that. Can I fly under and try and catch them and make the perfect horse stack?
You can damn well try.
Yes!
Horse stack.
That will be a Foling's roll.
Okay, I'm not good at those.
You're not.
Would I
but
wanna help?
You are a Pegasus. You want to help? What do you want to do?
I want to help
Stretch.
point out where they are and steer him. Yeah.
Okay, so let's call that a Nazer's roll.
Okay.
So you can roll 2. You want to roll under your number. Your number is 3.
Okay. Here I go. I got a 1 and a 6. A 1. You get 1 success.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Awesome.
So you're making a Foling's roll to try and catch them. You're good at using your wings. You're a Pegasus, right? So let's say you can roll 4 now.
Yeah! All right.
Each success is a horse you catch.
Oh, well, I'll catch them.
Wow, I kind
catch
of like
'em
that.
all.
Don't fall too fast
You
now.
better catch them all.
I'm rolling under or over.
Folings, you're rolling over your number. Your number is
Wow.
4.
So,
Wow.
I mean, like, is my number 4 though? Like, what
got
if it was
none of those.
more than that? I didn't get any. Let me try and re-roll. See if I can.
Reroll
if I can,
1?
If I can catch someone.
You can only save one person now.
I saved someone.
Choose wisely.
I got a 6.
Well, actually,
saying?
right. It,
Okay, you
6
decide.
just means success with consequence. So
Oh,
you
right,
do
right,
manage to make the stack.
Yes!
You swoop down, and the 3 of them fall right on you, just driving you directly into the ground below.
Oh!
And you suddenly all find yourself surrounded by horse guards with batons.
Thanks for breaking our fall, Doc.
Hi, y'all.
Where in the stack am I?
Get off of me, Reginald. Or not.
Oh, good.
You're on the top of the stack.
All right. On top of Cloppingworth, where I belong.
Oh. No, not at all. I don't like it.
All right.
All right, everyone. It looks like we might be in a spot of trouble. Best of luck.
All of you just freeze.
This is quite a pickle.
I'm going to call the boss.
By the way, Doc is on the bottom, just like kind of like lying down there, and his wings are just flapping rapidly and moving not at all.
You're kind of seeing
horrifying.
Stars cartoon style right
I
now.
think you're hitting somebody in the face.
Ow, 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 ow.
The guards are starting to pull the rest of you kind of up, and you hear this voice.
As they pull Carl just is stiff because he's frozen. Because he's able to freeze. So
Just Carl. Good job.
yeah.
Very good listening. Carl.
And you hear this voice call to you, well, if it isn't the Pony Express.
Oh, you heard of us?
Yeah, you know us.
Yeah, out of the
Look at
shadows
those
looks
words.
this sort of old horse, and he looks at you and he says, "Of course I heard of you. I am," and he pulls back. We'll say he's wearing a hood so you can see his face. He pulls back his hood. "I am H. Johnson Pony, founder of the Pony Express. Surely you remember me. I hired all of you.
Oh,
Remember the job interviews?
Yeah, I remember.
that's what that was.
Yeah,
All right.
There was an interview.
vague recollection that was an ether time for me.
The Pony Express business didn't work out too well for me. So I've decided to start a new business." And he points up to the glue sign. "Selling guns, lasers, underpants, and explosives."
Oh.
It was an
Okay.
acronym.
Yeah. That's better.
Gluh.
I guess.
Glue.
No, that's no.
The UE makes it like an ooh sound.
Anyway, some of us know how to say the word. Can we help you?
No, you can't help me. I'm gonna take over the Old West in that first place.
Oh.
Hey, the Posh Bandit, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pumpkin.
And the first place that my plan starts is in cutting off the lines of help and communication, and that means taking out the Pony Express. So, well, I guess you can help by going to the dungeon and getting in one of them cells and staying there.
Time out.
safest
Might
place.
I just ask a brief query?
That already was a brief query, but okay.
Then a second, perhaps.
That's also
You
a query.
wish.
He's gonna-
Technically, that was two.
that
Oh,
was-
well, then I'll just go for a third.
No, you have to. You have to say four
we
now.
did it
One
again.
more. You have to add one more.
Say fifth.
Say
Fifth.
I don't know. That third one, that was some
Okay, just what do you want to know?
Well, you're a man who's going into business, correct?
I mean, you can see I have a
You
large-
wish to sell guns, lasers, underwear, and what was the last one?
underpants and explosives,
Explosives, yes.
Yeah.
And how exactly do you expect to do that without advertising, Mr. Pony?
I'm glad you asked. Well,
Oh, damn, he was prepared for this one.
yes.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
How was I going to do it without advertising?
You might as well explain.
I do have a plan. My plan is to draw attention using my coal-powered robot centaur that turns cows into trains.
Son of a bitch, we were right!
I knew it! The cows are on the trains, which means I could have done it. I need a
Well-
centaur to eat me.
Well,
Why?
the cows could do it.
I know.
Do you think you have a better idea on how to advertise or get attention?
I have to admit, Mr. Pony, that is the best idea I've ever
It's
heard.
pretty
I
unique.
come
I haven't
right
heard
and
of
say
that.
I've got a stronger idea than that.
The most best.
Behold! And he points behind you, and then suddenly, as you didn't notice, there's this giant coal-powered robot centaur emerges from the shadows.
All right, just give me the general idea.
Well, basically, there's a giant coal-powered centaur, and there's a very tiny, what looks like a human
Alright.
torso just kind of stitched onto the top of it.
For some
Okay.
reason, it has abs. Like
Yes, it's a
eight,
great six
eight
pack.
of or eight, six,
Eight,
eight.
eight.
I can't count.
Well,
It's
core
7.
health is important.
Yeah. And the coal-powered robot centaur points down at a nearby a cow that's walking through the thing, and it zaps it with a laser, and you see the cow just turn into a train.
What?
Yeah.
Pony,
I mean,
H.
your
Johnson-
money is here! This is your business!
right? Why are you trying to sell glue, lasers, underpants, and explosives when you could clearly make as many trains as you wanted?
Think of how little overhead you have,
You
Pony.
breed cows and turn them into trains.
It's literally an infinite resource that you can create trains with.
All right, now
yeah,
I don't mean to be a naysayer, but now there's one tenet of my profession, and that's do no harm. Now, I'm not entirely sure if turning cows into trains is doing them harm, but it sure does seem consensual.
Ah, you always get such hung up on things like that.
Well, I do have to admit the cows don't like it because, it kills them. But it's okay because I took the whole population of a nearby cow town, so we're not going to run out.
Oh, that's what happened to those cows.
Yeah. Now, if you would kindly just get in the dungeon, and his guards sort of close in on you now and start trying to kind of grab you by your horse legs.
Are we
push you
still
along.
cow stacked? I mean, you're still horse stacked?
You were I'll say you sort of yes, extracted
Could
yourself.
we say we are still horse stacked?
Yes, absolutely.
Just say the words and we'll assemble.
Yeah, you're horse stacked. Sure.
We can't give up now.
I want to try and just muster up every bit of energy that I've got left and get those little wigs going and get that horse stack out of the circle of guards. I know I failed earlier,
Can I use?
But
The,
I like to think I still got some gumption left.
can I use the magic of friendship that's in my unicorn horn to try to help?
You sure can. That would be a Follings roll. You can roll, because you have the unicorn horn, you can roll 3. You want to roll over your number. Your number, Carl, is 2.
I like to imagine the magic of friendship is that you just poke me in the butt.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
I'm gonna re-roll one of them.
Well, you got...
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, that's all you need for a help roll.
Yeah. I think
Oh, I'm
that's
just helping,
plenty.
right.
Yeah, you're just helping. So you are trying to flap your wings. Now, before we had just been doing this with 1 die, I guess you can roll 2 now because we just improvised a help roll.
Hooray!
As I said, we are sticklers for the rules here.
Right.
But sometimes we make them up as we go. So you can roll 2
Sorry, John
d6s. If we
Should we look up flying in the manual? I'm sure.
yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
Doc,
Just
get
roll
us
2
outta
d6s
here.
there.
Okay, come on. That's a 1 and a 6.
A 1 and a 6, so that is a fly and a fly, but fly very unsteadily. So we'll average that to like decent flight.
Hooray!
Yeah, and your wings start to beat, and the pile starts to lift off the ground. But also, those guards are still there with their batons, and they start like throwing, throwing hits as you are lifting off the ground. You're moving up slowly, but you are all starting to get pummeled by the guards.
Ow, ow, ow.
That's not very
This
nice.
is painful.
My God, this is the perfect time. Mr. Chaos!
Oh, and then suddenly, like, there's just this sort of like colorful wisp of smoke drifts down from the hole in the ceiling that you created before when you teleported in and dropped through.
I knew he was a warlock. I knew it.
The music, The Wanderer starts playing.
Yes,
Like we're saying.
the Wanderer just starts playing on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I guess there's no PA system in this Old West factory, but it just starts playing from nowhere, and suddenly that well-dressed man appears again in the center of the room. Now he's sporting a very stylish cowboy hat, and he says, "Yes, it is my good friend Reginald. Yes, Reginald. What can I do for your
Could
friend?"
you just really quickly while we talk, could you just freeze time or something? I'm embarrassed to say it in front of everyone else.
You know what? For you, absolutely, man. I can totally freeze time. And here you go. And he freezes time, and suddenly everybody stops except you.
And half of us dissolve in the dust.
Wait, so thank you. I just that wasn't actually my actual request.
Oh.
I'm not going to make any use of this. I promise. I won't get anything gained from this. I just was wondering, could I get Cloppingworth's skin? But I don't want him to know it was me who took him.
What the fuck?
Well,
I did not. Go on.
yeah, I guess I did say he would do your bidding, whatever it was. You want Cloppingworth's skin, huh?
Yes, it just and I really could use all of it.
Okay, you got it.
Oh, this is painful, but it's going to be worse.
Enjoy. And he snaps his fingers, and suddenly time starts moving again. And so you are holding Cloppingworth's skin. Cloppingworth.
Can I just say I feel the weight of it in my pack suddenly, and I make a knowing look at my pack just to myself.
Yeah, Cloppingworth. You now you were like one of these skeletal, spectral kind of horses, wearing your guts and meat on the outside.
Are you? You don't look so good.
It's so painful!
And you just hear Chaos laugh as he
Everything
dissolves.
hurts.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chaos.
Yeah, and suddenly your backpack is just like there's blood kind of dripping out of it.
I can feel everything!
Now don't.
And then those
Go
guards
ahead,
start
Papa.
beating on you again. You are starting to lift a
kill
little
me.
further up the ground, but they're still like kind of
Hit me
jumping and
harder.
swiping. And,
Go for the head!
and you pull up.
It only takes 1 or 2.
And you finally start to raise a little bit. What are you doing?
I think I'm I think in the process of everything happening, I'm also trying to read this again because I remember that it did something. So maybe it can help.
Okay, why don't you roll again? We said that was a nature's roll. You
Uh-huh.
want to roll under your number. You've tried to read it before. Roll 3.
Okay.
Oh no.
You want to roll Nazer's under your number. Your number
Nope.
is 2.
I got 3
Yeah.
and 2 5.
So that
Can
is
I give a reroll?
yeah. You can.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
thank you.
Reroll 1.
Do you have common bond?
Come on. Nope, that's a 6.
No.
I aced it.
So once again,
Right.
you it's a complete failure. You read it, and then this sort of bubble of light surrounds you all,
Worse.
and suddenly
This is gonna happen. We're
you
gonna.
disappear, and then you reappear right back at the top, and just plummet to the ground. Yes,
There's only one entrance.
Oh no!
I aim towards like a part of gears so I can just get
helped.
switched and die.
What about all these like horse intestines and stuff?
Just
Are they
like
staying
no,
in?
they're holding
and
together.
stuff.
He's holding
He's
together.
got muscles and
He's
everything.
alive.
It's just lacking
Oh,
skin,
Basha.
Doctor.
He's just a walking nightmare. That's all.
Well, I haven't seen a case like this since the skin rash of 1743.
And then we all hit.
How old are you?
Yeah, and H
was but a
H
fall.
Johnson Pony is just like, all right, I think if you've had enough now, you can just get to your cells, and the guards start like picking you up off the floor again.
Why am I not dead? Existence is pain.
Well, maybe people will come to your parties now.
I just wanted to have some
Well,
party.
we do all appear to be in a spot of bother now, eh, chaps?
No,
Does anyone have any extra skin?
if we can find that old skinny oil, I can sew it right back on.
Cloppingworth, just come on, walk it off. We're trying to solve a problem
Bag
here.
looks big.
And those guards start grabbing you, and they're starting like kind of trying to drag you down like this hallway.
All right, I think we can't give in. Right? We can't just
Well,
let the
they
guards
did say the
take us.
penguin was down there before.
Oh, he's in the. If he's in the
Well,
dungeons, then maybe
maybe.
he'll take us right to him.
Right.
So,
All right.
You going along with it?
I think for a little while.
Okay. So the guards pull you down and they bring you to the dungeons, and you start passing row after row of cows who are all in these dungeons. It looks like it's a population of cow moo.
It's okay. You'll be a train soon. You'll be a train soon.
Moo!
You'll be a train.
Oh, and they all look very concerned by that.
Someone's like, I don't want to be a train.
Someone's like, I do. That sounds fun.
So that is the official cow voice.
I don't want to be a train.
No, thank
That's
you.
not going to happen. No way.
I would not like to be a train.
And
Every cow.
Yeah.
yeah, they finally get you to the end of the row, and they shove you into this cell, and they close the door and they lock it, and they're like, "Just stay here, horses, especially you freaky skinless guy."
Why would you make fun of me?
Cloppingworth, you're making this more difficult for us. Just calm down.
Everyone
by the way,
always wants us in a cell.
Crazy Ship sends one reroll to Garav,
Thank
and
you.
Posh Panda sends a reroll to the table.
Yeah.
Okay, and you are locked in your cell, and across from you in the cell, you see a penguin who looks over to you and says, wow.
Wow, 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 to you,
Well,
good
well,
sir.
good.
This is the penguin we're looking for.
Well, this is a penguin.
Oh, you're right. How rude.
Are you looking for me?
Wow.
Are
Pony
we?
Express.
I don't know.
I'm looking for death.
I don't think that's who this is.
You sure look like you're looking for death. But what happened to you, man?
Someone ripped my skin off.
Wow, that's horrible.
After
It's
freezing
not
time.
important. How long have you been here?
Ooh, it's been a few weeks now. I had fun. Wow, that's just really
I put a hoof over, keep you warm. Here you go.
We got a tip that some
Hitting. Good.
the formula for some really intense explosives had been stolen and was headed out towards Kalmu. I was following the trail when suddenly all these horse thugs showed up and just made the whole cow town walk backwards right out of town. One of them tried to resist. They cut off his tail and his ear, and suddenly everybody fell like right into line. I just became Southern all of a sudden. Yeah, everybody just fell right in
I've
line.
been there.
I tried to do my best to get them out, but, well, one penguin was just not enough against this army of horses, especially when they had that, giant coal-powered robot centaur who turns cows into trains.
Right.
Overwhelming odds.
But
Horse thugs.
now that you're here, I'm feeling better. What's the plan?
Go!
Well, I could try to read this again. It seemed to kind of.
No! No more!
What
No more
is that?
shitty magic!
It
Last
says
two times you read that, and right near broke my back.
it says teleportation.
Stop!
I'll read it for you real quick.
Hold on. It's the gambler's fallacy to assume that once more it'll almost break your back.
All I'm saying is I've only got one back, and if my leg breaks, I don't rightly have access to my shotgun.
While they're conversing, I'm reading it.
Okay, roll 3. You want to roll under your number. Your number is 2.
I did roll a 2 this time.
Oh, so
That's your number.
Yeah, you
High
get your
horse.
number. That is a success with consequence. This green bubble starts to envelop you.
Oh, it's green this
and
time.
you disappear. While you were vanished, you hear the voice of the high horse. Hey, what's up, Dolly? You got a question?
Oh,
Ask him for skin.
It's me, the high horse.
I think I've heard about you.
Yeah, what's up?
Well,
Don't be selfish.
I want to know if I will be the greatest map maker in all the world.
The greatest map maker in all the world. Well, you know what? Someday you will be.
I will?
Yeah.
This is the best day of my life.
You're gonna go back to town and you're gonna
great.
change your name to
Wonderful.
Rand McNally.
I've been thinking about that name.
And that name will echo throughout history and be associated with you, Dolly the horse.
Thank you so much. This day just keeps.
Oh,
I
and
got
I'm not
weird.
Southern.
That's all right.
High
The
horse
accent rubs
out,
off.
yo. Good
Bye.
luck.
Thank you.
Peace.
This has been a great day for all of us.
Rand Friendly Face McNally.
Yes, and on that, the green bubble pops, and you drop directly back into the middle of the room upstairs, suddenly finding yourself surrounded by guards with the gas-powered robot centaur that turns cows into trains hovering over you.
Can I suggest the formation that we fall in?
Sure.
Horse stack.
From the horse there.
But this time, I think Cobblingwell should be on the bottom. Just to be fair.
Well, there's not that much of a horse to be on the bottom there.
Yeah,
Do
you
it. Hopefully it ends me.
you fall in a horse stack, but Cloppingworth is on the bottom.
Yes.
And H. Johnson Pony just, what the hell? Didn't I just get them?
Come on,
Can the stack teeter so that can I be on the top and my horn? I want to try and ram the centaur with my horn.
Oh my God.
To like
Yes, absolutely.
kill it.
Hell yeah. That's
Kill
a
a man
Foaling's
by
task. You want because it's like a physical action. You want to roll over your number. You're good at using your horn. You can roll 3.
Great.
I guess we'll revert to the doctor's final tool, violence.
That's what all this gal.
Okay, I got 2 and 1. Ask the high horse.
So you go just teetering over, and that horn goes straight into the robot centaur that turns cows into trains. And it screams, and coal goes flying everywhere. And you
I
hear
didn't
the
think this
voice of
through.
the high horse in your head, or you see his smoke signals on the horizon through a window. Yo, this is the high horse. Do you have a question while you're engaged in combat with a coal-powered robot centaur that turns cows into trains?
Skin.
Yeah, I do have a question
Skin.
What's up?
for my friend here.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
What's the best way to make skinless potatoes?
What? Why? What fun was that for? You liar!
The best way to make them is to buy like the pre-fried ones that all you got to do is just
Oh.
heat up. It saves you time, energy.
Could've Googled
You know,
that.
you don't get oil splatters all over your hands and
Good
stuff.
common sense there.
High horse out. Oh wait, I'm
All
not
right.
Southern. High horse out, yo.
All right.
And the high horse disappears, and you just gore that robot centaur, and it goes flying back. And your levitation spell, which had success with consequence, you gore the centaur, and then suddenly another one of those green bubbles appears above you, and a whole bunch of cows just fall everywhere.
Careful, they're all about to become trains, possibly.
Wait. In a cow stack?
Are we adding horses?
Sure.
Wait.
The cow stack appears next to the horse stack. Actually, the cows are starting to fall everywhere because those green bubble just like sort of stays over.
Okay, sure, yeah.
All the cows from the jowl are sort of pouring out. Some of them are falling on the guards. Some of them are falling on you. You have your horn stuck in a giant robot centaur. H. Johnson Pony is shouting at his guards to do something about this.
Well,
Do something.
if we have all these cows, maybe we can just stampede out of the building.
We could turn them all into trains and then ride the train back home.
Now, we're not trying to turn them into trains. That's bad people stuff.
Oh, no, I know.
Probably turn
Turn
them back.
me into a train. Don't kill it.
Quick, giant centaur, turn the cows into trains so they can't stampede.
We could turn Coppingworth into a train. It would ease his suffering and get us out of here.
I don't know. He's probably not as good as a train as cows. It's meant for cows, really.
Can I try to like jiggle my horn in this thing to make it shoot Cloppingworth?
You're trying to like guide it by
like
gesturing
shoot
with
this
your
one.
horn.
Yeah, sure. We'll call that a Nazer's roll because it's a precise task. You
Oh.
want to roll under your number.
Okay.
You can roll 1 because you've never done anything like this before. Your number is 2.
Don't screw this up, Carl.
Come on, man. Roll a 1. Talk this centaur into.
That's a 4. Okay, I'm going to reroll.
Absolutely.
That's one of mine.
Again. Do it
Go one
again.
more. Have him turn him into a
I
train.
really want to be a train. I always wanted to. One more.
One more.
Last one. This
Wait,
is
wait,
clutch.
wait. Can I help him? Can I tell him a story about a train
Sure.
as he's doing it?
But not really.
Roll
say it out loud.
Follings roll. Telling a story. Roll 2. You can roll. You got to roll over your number. Your number, Doc, is 4.
Yep.
Can I help him by screaming "End my suffering"?
I got 4.
That's all it takes is 1. So you can roll 2. Not only one person can roll at a time, but you also get your
get
question.
my-
Hey, there's a high horse. You got any questions, real quick?
Nope, I'm good.
Love you, bro. And you can roll 2.
I did it!
Yeah!
And that giant robot centaur, like his laser shoots out, and you just manage to jiggle your horn, and it shoots you, and you are suddenly transmuted into this giant, like horse-shaped train.
Wait, can I be a mech?
Yes, a giant horse-shaped train
Can you
mech.
still have no skin?
A giant horse-shaped train mech with no skin.
Still looks very painful.
Like it just sort of blows up. It's like the Trojan horse, but with like train feet and stuff.
I did not.
Surface area to feel the pain. Eh?
I did not wish to be sentient. No. No.
Quick, get us home, Coppingworth!
I want to kill all the bad horses.
Oh.
Okay, make a Follings roll. You want to roll over your number. You can roll 3. Your number is 3 because you're a big giant.
I'm a mech. I'm a mech. 3 successes.
Yeah,
I'm a mech.
you're stomping those evil horse guards left and right. H. Johnson Pony is just like, whoa, oh my god, and and he starts climbing up on his giant robot centaur. He's like, get me out of here, and the robot centaur is trying to pull himself off your horn and sort of back up and make an escape.
I'm gonna punch this robot. Nobody else is gonna stop me.
No, I think
stop
we're all
you.
for you punching a robot.
Why would we stop you?
I'm holding
Alright.
it for you.
This is the most thrilling day.
This is a machine that makes infinite trains. So if we destroy it, it's a money
Giant
lot.
horse train mech versus
Anybody wanna help him?
giant
I want to
mechanical
support
centaur.
him by trying to hold the centaur with my horn.
Oh yeah, okay. Make a Follings roll. Roll 3. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 2.
I would also support him after this.
I want to support him too.
I got 2 as the high horses, so 2 successes.
Holy cow.
2 successes. Okay, we're gonna skip the high horses now because we're almost done.
Oh,
in
but I
fact-
had great questions.
Okay, what's
really.
your question?
No, I didn't. Have
Okay, yeah.
Punk.
In fact, we're getting so close here. What I'm just gonna say is, yeah, you gore that thing. You beat the crap out of that robot.
Nice.
And you capture H. Johnson Pony. And you free the cows and you return the cows to Cow Moo. And or what is left of them, and there's a very moving funeral for the cows who have been turned into trains by the giant coal-powered robot centaur. And
the train cars are just sitting outside of Kalmu.
yes, yeah.
However, it like totally revitalizes the local economy.
Yeah, that's right. It's a big tourist attraction, and the train factory brings jobs to the area, and
And we figure out a way to deliver the what was it? What was the G in
Guns.
guns, lasers, underpants, and explosives. As the Pony Express, we can deliver those things, so his business won't go out of business. Like we can actually,
just
he doesn't
take it.
have to.
But he's an evil mogul.
yeah, he's evil.
but-
Let's say you turn
But now
him
we
over.
are.
I'm an entrepreneur, and we're just making money.
Oh,
For
you?
us.
Yeah. Well, if you want, I'll say you turn him over to Agent Penguin, who
Uh-huh.
takes H. Johnson Pony into custody, and returns him to wherever the carrier penguins keep their prisoners in the secret carrier penguin prison.
It's probably underneath their particle accelerator, and they don't explain how anyone goes to the bathroom.
That is exactly the case. You can now annex his business under the auspices of Pony Express Industries. The carrier penguins, Agent Penguin contacts you, and I am very thankful for all your services. Rand, it was a pleasure working with you.
Oh, you as well.
Yes, I promised to tell everybody about your fantastic map-making skills.
Well, thank you.
And Doc, we had these made for you.
Oh, well, I reckon that's wonderful.
Yes.
Now, that's something I need to tell you all. I don't have these wings because I'm a Pegasus. I have these wings because I'm an angel, and I still had something left to do on Earth.
And he goes over to his drawer. He has a place where he has his picture of Rutabaga, and pulls open a drawer, and there's a halo on there. It's dusty because it's been some time. And he picks it up and he throws it up on his head, and he goes,
Well, I reckon I better be going.
and he flies off.
He knows he's not an angel, right?
Yeah, Agent Penguin's like, yes, he's
Later,
he's
he's
in fact a
suffocated in the
Pegasus.
atmosphere.
I'm sure he will fall eventually. You, Mr. Huffington III, the carrier penguins will graciously agree not to check and see what you're doing in the basement. Carl,
Fantastic.
we will back your play on annexing Mr. Pony's Industries. We feel it is in excellent hands. You seem like you have a very sharp business judgment.
I have good ideas for lasers and underpants.
And a sharp horn.
Lasers and underpants. I like the sound of that. It sounds like it could be a fun game or something. I don't know. You should work on that.
Is it a laser or an underpants? Try it on.
I like that. And you, my friend, we have
Oops, all lasers.
this horse skin for you. Which, of course, is no longer useful because now you're a train.
I am a giant train mech.
What delicious irony!
Call me Cloppingworth Prime.
I guess we'll just give it to your friend here. Here's an extra horse skin.
Oh my god, thank you.
And on that, thank you, everybody, for your service to the Carrier Penguin organization. Once again, the Pony Express, your name will live out through history for your great deeds. Any last words or issues that we need to attend to?
I have one.
Mr. Huffington?
Down in my basement lair, I set up on a nice table in the central display, where the sun beams strike it from above.
How did you
Cloppingworth's skin. And over the course of many days, I sit and I watch it shrivel and dry and rot until nothing remains but dust.
Do you eat?
What was there a thing to that? Or?
Well, yeah, I come out for snacks.
Wow.
And we're gonna end right there. And him coming out for snacks is the cuts. This is the end credit scene.
Do I smell pretzels?
I feel like that whole thing's like a weird in credit scene where it just goes into the basement and it's all dark and you kind of move through it and you hear the dripping of water and then it goes and there's Cloppingworth's body. Or skin. Yeah.
It's just a skin.
So thank you for joining us for Pony Express, the story about cat-powered robot centaurs who turns cows into trains and people who steal horse skins off of their body.
Yeah.
Just totally what I had in mind when we went into this game tonight.
Yep.
Thank you.
Classic Old West action.
Oh,
This
Badlands.
was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All of you.
Yeah.
This was so much fun. This
Ray.
was such a weird one. In
Sorry.
a good way.
Oopsie.
So let's see. Closing announcements. Why don't we real fast? Everybody go around the table. Start with Jordan here and let the good people know where they can find you and see you and stuff.
You can find me on Twitter at Jordan Callerman, and if you are going to be at ChupacabraCon this coming weekend in Round Rock, Texas, you can find the entire Wildcards crew there. We'll be doing a live show, and we will be running some games and hanging out and doing the ETU tailgate party, so we hope to see you there. Tell your friends.
You can find me at Gadzook on Twitter, at Gadzook Films on Instagram, and check out Endless Realms Tome of Spirits on Kickstarter, ! Kickstarter. They helped us make this show a possibility, so go check them out. Yay!
Yay! You can find me in all the socials at double GXG. It's the word double, then GXG.
You can find me, Megan Caves, at Megan Caves, and also all of our Wildcards characters have Twitters. They're all Wildcards _ and go from there.
You'll
then
figure
our
it out.
initials,
You'll figure it
basically.
Put some random
Mine's not my
characters.
initials.
Mine's not my
Mine's
initials.
not my
either.
initials.
Guess what mine and Dom's are?
Yeah.
Megan Dumb. Hey, hi, my name is Jordan Pridgeon.
Narc.
My name is Jordan Pridgeon. You can find me on Twitter at Jordan Pigeon. And right now I've changed it to be Jordan Carrier Pigeon. Or Carrier Pigeon. Because of this. And also I'll be at Chupacabra with the rest of them. So fun. Great.
If you were at Chupacabra, definitely check that out. You know, originally they were going to be carrier pigeons, and at the last second, I think it was like Nick Gilman who was like, "What if they were carrier penguins instead?" And
it all worked
history
out.
is made. Yeah.
I wanted a carrier pigeon so bad when I was a kid. I like went through. I almost got one, and then we decided we didn't have the space to keep it.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I'm Rick Budd. You can find me on Twitter at rbud913, or you can follow the show at Tempting Fate RPG on Twitter or Instagram. And Tempting Fate is in the middle of a very long hiatus now. We will be doing a couple more one-offs in that break, but the next one's probably not going to be for a couple of months. I think it's sometime in June. Watch Tempting Fate RPG, or our Discord to find out information on that. In our time slot, though, on Sundays, I think starting 5/4,
5/5.
5/5
This
Sunday,
Sunday.
5/5
Sunday.
is New Pantheon with GM Stephen Pope and with Tempting Fates Sam Dlev, as well as Aki and Cohen Edenfield, our friends who have been here a couple of times, and Eric Reichert.
Eric Record. Yeah.
And that's great people. That is going to be an awesome show. Definitely check that out. That is this Sunday 5 to 8 in the Tempting Fate slot. I don't know. I guess that's it. Any last thoughts? Anybody that don't have to deal with ripping people's skin off?
Oh, then no.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because I had a few for that.
So much skin talk, but no.
Skin time.
Poor skin.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Wildcards.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. Oh my God, everybody! Thank you so much. You were so generous again. And that's it. Thank you for tempting fate with us.
Bye.